All right, it is
Boom.
showtime.
Boom.
Ding, ding, ding. The polls are in, and this is now the #1 watched Tuesday night live stream that has Tony and Pablo in it. So that's
There
good.
you go. Yeah. There you go. Undisputed back-to-back world champions, right?
Yes. Man, it's been a week. How about you?
Bro, it has been a week. Like it's and it's only I feel like it's been pretty bizarre. Small business woes. We're like sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, and like the person that was supposed to cut the check was like, oh, well, I don't think we're going to talk to this person until next Monday. And then I go out to the mailbox and I open the mailbox and I'm like, well, there's your check. Like they must have cut it anyway. So it's like,
nice.
So,
yeah, right. That is
right in the nick of time.
Yeah, every month I'm like, when is it going to show up this month? I don't know.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of people in already.
Yep. Casey Dolph, Owen Rogers, Jethro's, gosh darn, 24th scale garage. Go Fast SUV.
Nice. Metal
RC. Molds RC. Welcome, guys. And I did not show up as the king of RC. He's had enough playtime, I feel like, for a little while. I mean, he's got already one other video in the can. It's just going to be, he's going to need a little break, I think.
Yeah.
I think other people are going to need a little break from him.
I'm a little concerned because I feel I have a video that I'm going to post. And I think I'm going to put it up. Oh, that seems really dim. I think I'm going to put it up tonight, or not put it up tonight, but I think I'm going to try to post it tonight.
Okay.
So that it, and then schedule it for tomorrow. But the last couple of times I've tried to do it, man, it has been like crazy. Took so long to upload.
Yeah.
Crazy long to upload for like a short video.
YouTube?
For like a 12-minute video. It took forever.
Yeah, I just upload them and put them as private, and then they're ready. They've gone through all the checks and processing, and they're juicy 4K that way.
Yeah.
But
so you go in and then you switch it over from private to public later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it wants to go through all that stuff and be ready. So I do it, and I wait for it to upload, and I switch it to public. Yeah. That's nice. That's the best way to do it.
Try that tomorrow.
They say to do it as unlisted, but if you put it in any playlist, it shows up to people that are looking through playlists. It won't send out the email or whatever, but it's there in the playlist for people to click on and watch. And it's a pain to go in later and add them to playlists, so I just do this private.
Right on. Well, tomorrow, guys, for you guys that are watching, check out my my channel. I've got a video posting tomorrow. I've been trying to post more YouTube lately, here and there. Not crazy, but just trying to kind of keep it alive. And I'll be posting another one tomorrow. Should be pretty cool.
Yeah. Greetings from Daytona Beach, getting ready for this hurricane to smash into us. I need some distraction.
Oh yeah.
Man. Hope it doesn't hit you too hard, man.
Is it a tropical storm or is it a Cat 1, Cat 2? I don't remember.
I haven't seen the updates on it. It's hitting at the worst possible time because the news cycle is consumed with the politics, so it's not going to get the same kind of response.
Must be China.
Yeah.
They're controlling the weather.
The Russians and Chinese.
Now hopefully it doesn't. I haven't talked to my buddy. I have a buddy up in Jacksonville. So hopefully he's doing all right, because I think it's just supposed to hit just south of him, I thought.
Cat 1 to 2 with a massive wind field. Man.
Crazy.
And they're still reeling, man, because so much of Florida was impacted by the last one.
Yeah.
Even not on the coast it really hit. I mean, it really kind of just took its time.
Right.
Kind of wrecking a bunch of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, Travis Tracy says they're on a watch in NC as well. Up here, we have potential snow on Saturday, so there's that. It's supposed to be
cold.
70 degrees on Thursday.
How cold? How cold?
70 on Thursday, and then potential snow on Saturday. So
that's crazy.
Roller coaster, man.
Yeah, it's been cold here. I was just looking at our weather. I have to go to the pass for a job this weekend, but like tonight, it's supposed to get down to 28. And tomorrow is 27. And then
what's your daily like though? That's night, right? That's low.
That's night. Yeah. So we're topping 50s? Out at 45.
Ooh, that 45. Is cold.
Dude, it was so cold today.
It dropped because you guys were holding on to the warmer weather longer than we did. We hit that cold snap.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh man, it's great here. I'm like,
it's 80 degrees. Yeah, like within the last couple of weeks, it was like rain. And that night I was talking to you, we had that storm that came through that was like, was I talking to you when the emergency weather alert came on Messenger? So I'm sitting here watching TV, and then all of a sudden the emergency weather alert, that kind of thing came on for flooding down south.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what is going on? Like, it was crazy.
Armageddon, man. So is this a weather channel? No, but weather does play into running RCs, and there's something that I did want to talk about, and as a segue from this.
Yes.
Speaking of Primal RC, I just had somebody over yesterday, and we were running our LMTs, which mine lasted my really good one that I have all Vidavoned out, and I just fixed it from the Monster Jam World Finals. I busted the shock.
Oh no!
Rod end within 5 minutes. I don't ever bust shock rod ends. So yeah, that was dumb. But
that sucks.
I was saying how I really want to get the raminator out again.
Yeah.
Before it's too cold and it's snowing. So I have a simple fix I have to do to it. Possibly simple. It broke a bolt off so I got to try and back it out, Just
is there
using
any
like
thread
a drill
sticking out?
Tip. Clean.
No threads?
Flat.
No threads sticking out.
So I got to use one of those tap out type things and try and get it out. But like, I really want to run that again before winter. But I also have that Chronos that was beautifully in focus during that garage interview where I was out of focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was super cool. Autofocus for the win on that one.
I was like, is this a Corrali episode or what?
Yeah. But the stuff in that section was too funny to not use. So I was like, well, we're going out of focus. One more funny element to this thing. My wife laughs harder at that whole scene than anything because of it being out of focus. It just makes her laugh. I was like, this is hilarious. This is funny. So yeah.
So now that you got a welder, I've got a tip that you can do for a broken bolt. If you get a nut that's just slightly smaller,
and then weld it on.
So
the guy that was over here was the guy that was giving me the welding tips, and he said he does that all the time. But he wasn't sure if my welder would be good enough to do it. So
yeah,
as clean.
You'll be all right.
But I'm like, man, it don't need to be clean. Let's just make a mess and tack that thing on there. Can't get any worse.
So what you do is you get a nut that's just smaller than the diameter of the bolt, so you're not splatting out onto your other surface.
Yeah.
And you just plug weld in that hole and get it hot. And then as it's cooling down, right after it gets down past cherry, get your wrench and back it out. Okay. And then it'll just pop. It'll pop right out.
So the first time I did it, I used a tap out and it came out, boom, so easy. The second time I had to drill it out, destroyed the part, had to replace. It was expensive.
I was going to say a tap out. You got lucky on that. If it came out the first time.
Yeah. Oh, it was easy. It came out so easy with a tap out bit.
Yeah.
I think what you're talking about, I'm going to go for. So
do it.
Screw
it. You
can
always buy a handful of those nuts and practice.
Yeah.
Like practice on a piece
I don't do that, man. I just go for it. You saw what I did. I nailed that thing.
My wife
There's no time for learning. You just got to go for it, man.
Well, it's funny. My wife sometimes we get crazy things that we have to build, and it's like, sometimes it's like very expensive material or whatnot. And I'm looking at it, and she's like, "Aren't you going to practice on a piece first?" And I was like, "Nope, that's why I'm a professional." And I start welding.
Metal's too expensive for practice.
Yep, I was like, I just jump right into it. So.
Iowa Budget RC Basher saying it works. It's exactly what the guy told me to try. It's like, he's saying he can clean my. He's willing to take off the weld job, the nasty weld job I did of that battery tray. Says he can get those rails back to normal ish.
Just buy new rails.
That's what I said. He's like, I can do it. I always have to fix people's mistakes. And yet he's not willing to try to like use my welder to put the nut on. And I'm like, yeah, I mean,
just buy new rails.
Do it. Let's go for it. I'm willing.
You can do it. The secret to it, though, the secret to doing it right is going to the hardware store and getting unfinished nuts. Don't get the zinc plated ones.
Right.
If you can get unfinished nuts.
Yeah, galvanized, right?
Huh? Not galvanized. No. Yeah, you don't want.
Did you have an issue with that before?
Yeah, I came in one night and I was like about to throw up from welding on galvanized. It's bad.
Harley's asking if I'm selling the Mayhem build. I have gotten some top dollar offers for it if it would be signed by the King of RC. So
that's awesome.
Harley should just know what's up, man. He's not willing to sell his. I'll trade you. I mean, it's trading up if you trade me.
He says. Does he have one of those super Baja rays?
It's the next Flex Seal truck.
That's funny.
Oh gosh, a flip it truck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
So offline,
I've had a blast trolling everybody with the King of RC after it
I know, I could tell. It was pretty funny.
It's been too much fun. And it didn't mean to be. So I did if you watch all of my interviews at the beginning, I was just doing it normal. Like, hey, hey,
and then it just rolls.
I was trying to be like, I'm the greatest and all this, but I was just saying it in normal voice. But it was when I hit that rise to the top, cream of the crop, like Dennis Anderson type kind of talk, then it just became the Southern guy thing. It just morphed into an alter ego persona. It's like my Andy Kaufman. I'm not going to start wrestling women anytime soon, but who knows what the future holds.
Man, I'm getting old. I was just like looking at the comments and I was like, I can't even read the comments right now. Like it was all blurry. And I realized I could make them bigger. And I was like, oh, I don't need to see us. I can see the comments now. Like super clear now. Anyways, what I was going to say is that we were talking offline and I've been eyeballing a UDR for a while.
Yeah.
And then I saw that.
Big mistake.
Dude, I saw the sale that they're having right now for the Lozi Baja Super or the Super Baja Ray 2.0. It's cheaper than a UDR and it's massive. I was like, oof, that looks like a lot of fun.
It still has bottom tray loading batteries, which I don't like.
Yeah.
You fit everything in and whatever. But
it's a pain.
The rest of it looks easier to work on for the most part. It's still not like Mojave easy.
Yeah.
But did you 10 Scale Garage just posted a video about the UDR and watching what they had to do to change that servo is everything I envisioned that it was to change the servo in that thing. I mean,
what are you talking about? The Baja Ray or the UDR?
The UDR.
They're both equally hard to get into, I think. Like the Super Baja
all the body
and the
panels have to come off.
Yeah. And the cage, it's hard to work around the cage, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of screws to get that cage off. Yep. That's what XJ Sports is saying.
And you don't necessarily, with the UDR, well, he just worked on one of those Super Baja Rays. That's right.
I thought he had one.
They just did a body for one to match a customer truck or something like that.
See, I think it'd be fun. I think it's probably too big for me, but I think it'd be a lot of fun, and that like I could make some cool video with it and take it out to some bigger places. We have a beach just down the street from us, a little lake, and I could rip it up and down there, make some jumps. We have the 8th scale track down the street in the summer.
They let you run that there?
I'm not going to ask.
Okay. Fair enough.
So Tom Frost is saying, what 2.2 wheels did I put on my TTC? I didn't do the deep dish. He didn't have those yet. They just made those. So those are the spec RC wheels. I don't remember what the number is on them, but thanks, man. They were awesome. They worked really, really well. So now I got to figure out some weight for the front of that axle. And I'm going to flip the pinions around, or the ring and pinions, so it doesn't have so much torque twist. And I'm going to try to dial that one in for, I've been looking at some of the builds, the one-to-one stuff for like the Ibex off-road and the Mountain Mafia, all that kind of stuff. And I really like that style. It's not the most functional when it comes to RC. It's not like the most capable, but they just look super cool. So I'm going to keep on going down that route. But hey, EM Dub 303.
Yeah, so, the Skoog frame stiffeners, I don't know if that's the right name for it or the company that makes them, but they definitely, that back end of that
of the Super Baja
Ray definitely wants to dip, man. Like,
yeah,
you could just see, like, it doesn't take much to make it want to just
that was
over.
that was a problem with the normal Baja Ray too. And so when I rebuilt the cage on mine, I changed the suspension a little bit for it and made it stiffer, changed the geometry just a little bit, and it's a little stiffer. So now it doesn't donkey kick as bad. Now it actually plants as it goes off a jump. So I'm hoping to speaking of which, Scale Metal Supplies. So if you guys haven't been to that website yet, there's a couple of templates on the website that are 3D models that you can print, and or not 3D models. They're like plans that you can print out on paper and then use them as your templates for building. And he just sent me this one.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. And so this one's for the base camp. I don't know if I'm supposed to be showing it. Probably. It's probably okay. Sorry, Andre. So
I won't tell him.
Yeah, so this one's for the base camp, and I'm going to CAD it up and make it into a printable file so you can print out the paper and follow it and build it just like this. And then it'll just bolt right onto the base camp. So,
get your bends and everything right.
Yep.
To the paper.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
And the lengths and all that. So it should be pretty cool.
That's really cool. I bet that really helps make your truck nice and light for crawling with.
Yeah. Well, for like the, so for instance, he also sent me out a Element IFS. What? So these are hard to come by right now. You have to buy the whole truck. You have to buy the whole truck to do it. So
Night Runner or something.
Yeah, exactly. And they're super expensive for the big dog. So he sent me out this, and I'm going to use this on the Whoopa Cabra. That's the new build happening soon. So,
nice.
But all that weight actually helps when you're doing a pre-runner truck like that in the back for an RC anyway. It just lets it squat a little bit and keeps the butt down when it goes over the jumps. So there's a balance for sure, but it does make it nice.
I would say pre-runner build would be amazing with that.
Well, that's what this whole idea is. It's for a pre-runner base camp. So looks pretty dope. The tires will go in here. I don't have 1.9s, but I do have paddles that fit in there.
Nice.
So yeah, it looks pretty dope.
I got a cage in the mail too.
Whoa, look at you.
Yeah.
Is that a play school?
Small. It needs this. The shock oil is so thick. I think if it was a little bit less, it would sit more, but something. It definitely feels, I mean, it feels good because it's nice and slow, but I feel like if you just did a little lighter oil, it might want to just sit down and look. It looks so good like that.
Yeah.
That, not so much.
Not so much.
But once it's
How'd
down,
it
it
do?
sits.
I saw the video.
Actually, well, and so I drove it right after I drove a brand new deadbolt out of the box. And that was the struggle bus, man. The course there is not set up for easy. Like, it's big rocks. It's tricky to make it difficult for crawling, right?
Right.
It's not like going and hitting a trail or some of the easier stuff, going over logs and smaller rocks. It's like big stuff. And it was loose. It hadn't been watered because they're going to have a comp there, whatever, which I guess so. It would have been in comp ready condition, but it was pretty loose, some of the dirt in there. So it was a little bit of struggle and rollover. It's a light truck, needs some weight for sure, the deadbolt, where this definitely felt like it has, even at this size, a bit more heft. And so, like, really the competition for this would probably be that deadbolt, right? Or Honcho or something, that lower price point.
Oh, lower price. I thought you meant like actual physical competition.
No. But like starter rig, right?
Yeah.
This was way more capable. So if you wanted your kid to feel like they were amazing right from the get-go, this would help. I couldn't believe some of the lines, even like angles like this, that I got it to go up and like grip and pull itself up. Like, I could get the tire over and hook, and then I knew how to work it and get the tire to grip and pull it. But I was more impressed than I thought I would be, and I was, for the price point, $250, what it could do out of the box was impressive. So that's all I'll say. Size wise, it's definitely smaller. It's a good little size, though. It's not tiny, but it's substantially smaller than I thought it was, even though it's a lot bigger than an 18 scale. But I literally, I walked away very impressed with it, and now I want the Fox one too.
Well, I
want to have both of them now. I chose that one because it's green.
Yeah.
I like green, right? So
I was wondering about that, because I'm wondering, like, sometimes you get those RCs and you're like, where does it fit? Like, you know what I mean? And you're like, when am I going to drive this? It's kind of like, I think if I got one of those Super Rays, it'd be like, where does it fit? Like, it looks
backyard
cool on
course would be great for it. The little rocks and stuff you have around the edges. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's good for 1/10 though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So that's what I said about it. Like, if you already have a 1/10 scale, there's not a need for it.
Right.
Where you might have a need for a 1/24 if you just want to play inside.
Yeah.
If you have a big basement, then you could just build a 1/10 course and like, there's not that same, like, why get it instead of a 1/10? Like, if you can afford or have a 1/10, there's no need to have this.
Right.
But it's a good starter.
That price point. Yeah, that price point's kind of tough, because it's like, what's the next cost? It's $250 for that, and then how much is the deadbolt?
$330. $80 more, not as capable. Plastic links.
Yeah. And they're soft plastic too.
Yeah. So, in this thing, I mean, there's no foams in it.
Yeah. Harley
but
says,
the other cool thing is that you can actually, which they've gotten away with doing with all the other axles, is you can make the rear axle. First of all, if you break a knuckle or an end or something, they're replaceable. You can just buy another.
Oh, so it's like the
SMT10. It screws together, right? Yeah. Well, the old SMT10, it's like the SMT10, yeah, not the SCX10 too.
Right.
Where they went one solid piece. Right. So you could actually take the knuckles and the C-hubs for the front and put them on the rear and make it 4-steer.
Nice.
Pretty easily. So I think that's a cool feature. I think people are going to like that.
Yeah.
They're going to like that about it.
How do you like the lights?
There's 10 of them. There are 10. The King of RC loves them.
That's a lot of lights.
It's quite a selling feature to the King of RC. So this was the kind of thing that I thought was the perfect kind of unboxing for the King of RC, because it's kind of an odd size. There's a lot of things to kind of poke fun at.
It's a little awkward.
Like the 18th versus the other 18th and kind of like comparisons. So I ended up doing that one as a King of RC unboxing.
Yeah.
But I won't for like the TRX 4M. That deserves like a real unboxing. And then I did the other one, the Deadbolt, as a normal unboxing.
Yeah.
But
see, the King of RC should be reserved for the WL Toys, the Arlo or whatever, those brands. Like that should be King of RC all day.
The what ones?
What was the one that you did? The Arlo or whatever it was.
Oh, Arlo.
Yeah. Like you should do those as the King of RC, and then just be like,
well, and then also anything that I get that is like way later than everybody else, like it's already been done. So it's like, kind of, why not just do it fun? Like, not give anybody any pertinent information. Talk about how good the colors are. And that's a good feature.
Yeah.
Like, just talk about the dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Harley says he'll send me a bow tie to unbox the TRX 4M. Why do I need a bow tie?
It's all formal.
I have 2 of them coming. Although I have a bone to pick with Traxxas again. Maybe I should do it as the King of RC.
Uh-oh.
Because I ordered the green Defender. And they're short on the green Defender. And I ordered it like early. Like when you could pre-order, I pre-ordered.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to get a red one.
You're like, that's not green. That's not even close to green.
No, it's in the Christmas color palette, so that's good.
You're like,
that'll make Pablo happy. He's already celebrating Christmas. Look at him. He's already he looks like a freaking elf sitting here in his red and green.
I took off my green sleeves. I had green sleeves on today.
All right.
We have Christmas lights upstairs. I put the Christmas lights on in the shop. It was awesome.
Yeah. We did this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I have this thing, like in Michigan, I get it. Like, do it while it's warm out. We had a good week. Do the outdoor lights. But I'm like, don't turn them on. Nope, they're on. They are on.
Yep.
Yeah. How size-wise measure up to the ECX Temper Gen 2? Well, I did that in the video. In fact, I had the box, and I actually replaced the one in the brown box, the mailing box with the temper in my video. And so when I opened the Capra, it was actually the Gen 2 coming out of the box.
Oh no.
So it's very similar. Same wheelbase, width, very similar. It actually, the Gen 2 though has high clearance links. This does not.
Ooh.
And it has bigger tires.
Foams?
It's a much taller style. Huh? I don't know if it had foams. Yeah. But the shocks on the Gen 2 sucked. They pull out of the bottom.
I was torn,
and they're just those press-in ones.
Yeah. I was torn about Scale Builders Guild's. I liked the way it looked a lot, but it looked like it was struggling a little bit with the bigger wheels, like the power wise. And I don't know if it was or not, but it just
Did he
looked
put
like
bigger wheels on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought he put class 1.5.
Okay.
Well, he put class 1 high racks on it, and then he put the 155s on, I thought. It looked great. It looked awesome. It just looked like it was struggling. But then again, that's one of those things where I think is difficult with this type of vehicle, is because to get it to where I would want it to be like rock buggy kind of crawler, I feel like I'd have to throw like a Holmes Hobbies Outrunner on it, like a 380. I'm forgetting the name of it, but I'd throw like a 380 at it, with a mini, and it's like, man, that seems like that'd be nice. But then by the time you do all that, you've just dropped another $150 on your 250, which is still cheaper.
That's what
than
people do, man. Yeah,
I know,
happens.
but yeah, but you know what I mean. It's like, do you do that or do you get the 10th scale and then?
Well, we talked about having a class for them, so we're already doing the mini night on Thursday, but we're using those tabletop courses now. So the big courses would be available to do an 18th scale Capra class, as well, if we want. Because a lot of people are like, well, there's not a class for them. Like, what would I use it for? We're like, we could do another competition that night too. Just, because those tables, like, you wait a while to get on them. So I would definitely run my Capra,
Yeah. Evergreen 85 says Baja Ray or Fire Team. I don't have a Fire Team, but I have a Baja Ray.
Regular Baja Ray?
I would assume so.
The 10th scale? Fire Team.
You think the Fire Team?
Mm-hmm. It's nuts.
Is it?
It's like one of my favorite Arma 7th or 8th scale, whatever they call it.
You never drive it.
I drive it. It's got paddles on it for winter.
That's awesome.
It's my winter buggy.
I've never even seen one run, so I can't tell you. The Baja Ray's fun, but mine is extremely not a Baja Ray anymore. Like, mine's got all the metal cage on it and all that kind of stuff, so it's a little bit different.
Jeff Brown says he's getting himself a Fire Team. Cough, cough, elbow cough. Yeah. No, I'm getting all the hop ups for mine. I'm getting the overdrive gears for the front of the Capra. I'm getting the portal weights. I'm doing it up. So
that'd be cool.
It's a cool truck. I did not like the Gen 2 temper. This is way better, I feel like, out of the box. Just it feels more polished and finished. That still felt like an ECX. This feels like an Axial,
Yeah.
So
smoother.
The experience is just better. Yeah, I would say. The Lego arm, the Lego hand clip, as Josh put it on his video about it.
Yeah.
Is interesting. I hope it doesn't break, but it's
that's
cool.
The first thing I thought of. I was like, ooh, that seems like something that might break down the road.
Yeah.
But you could 3D print one, so that'd be fine. So he's leaning towards the Baja Ray, except for the bottom battery tray. So what I did on mine is I took the drivers out. I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind. On mine, it's different because I have panels on mine, and then I have a body that goes over. If I take the body off, I can reach down in the cage without the drivers in it. And I put the battery in backwards. And so I can pull the wire out as I put the battery in. It's no big deal. But the other way was such a pain in the butt. Like, it just seemed silly.
I prefer dropping them in and strapping them in.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was I going to say about didn't use a magnet for that hood latch? Oh, yeah, for your Capra.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they will sell that as a simple $1 part that people can just replace. I'm more worried about the body breaking apart where it is too, like pulling up on it.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, hopefully they're going to just sell the Lego hands. And I mean, it works good.
Is there a screw that goes through the top of the hood?
Yep.
Okay.
Right in the center. It's perfect. I did not leave my battery plugged in, by the way. Battery.
I saw, so RC Review had an interesting video, speaking of batteries. He had some Ovonics, and I've had a couple of Ovonics lately do this too, where they're decharging at different rates. And you get one dead cell, and the other two are not as efficient, and then it's getting overcharged.
They hit lipo,
doing all kinds. They're doing all kinds of weird stuff, and I've been having problems with a couple of my cells for doing that lately. And it's funny because I called them once, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" I had one that just puffed like crazy out of the blue, and they're like, "Well, are you leaving it out in open air?" I go, "Well, it's an ambient air." They're like, "It has to be airtight when it's stored." I'm like, "Who stores theirs like perfectly airtight all the time?" And you're like, I do. I put it in a bat case.
But that's not airtight because that defeats the purpose. It's got
I know,
venting.
right? Yeah. So mine,
You wouldn't
I keep them
want
in.
to carry. How would you keep it airtight? What's airtight?
I put it in an ammo box, a sealed ammo box.
You don't take the seal out though, so it'll vent?
No.
Because it'll become explosive if it does if they do catch on fire in there.
I think that's awesome.
So
but it can't catch on fire with no oxygen though.
I would say that there's oxygen in there.
FMS.
This is my other 18th scale.
It's tiny. Yeah.
I'm not privileged enough to have one of the Traxxas ones yet. So we're showing the FMS FJ, which is, I think, one of the coolest looking 18th scale out.
Pretty rad.
I would say it looks better than the Traxxas does.
Really?
Yeah. Because the Traxxas are everybody style bodies on them. I don't need a Bronco. Yeah. I'd rather have a Toyota FJ like this. So
cool. I'm still wanting, like we talked earlier, I still want to get the Traxxas, but I'm kind of like, I'm in one of those. Now we got our job paid through, so it's like, okay, but now it's like, it's getting close to Christmas. I probably shouldn't be buying a bunch of stuff right now, even though I want to. I really wanted to get that associated. Oh, so speaking of, I've got to figure this out. So in 2 weeks, the Friday after Thanksgiving, I'm going to Spokane. And in Spokane, I don't know if the website's good or not, but in Spokane, they have a RC track called Anytime RC.
Yep.
And it's a indoor track. And it's one of those deals where you can go in 24 hours and run laps. And I'm like, yes, I'm going. It's brand new.
So you have a bunch of drunk drivers hitting the course at about 2 a.m. They just left the pub.
Sounds like fun.
They closed it down. And they're going to just run into your buggy with their short course truck. Because they're short course truck drivers.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm bringing.
The bar at 2 a.m. and
that's what I'm bringing. So that's the thing. So I wanted to get the associated RC10 T6 too, but I don't think I have time to get one and put it together before I get out there. And that's the stadium truck.
Yeah, do they still sell the RC10B for something race spec RTR?
Yeah,
they do.
Well, they sell, it's a RB10, which is a 2-wheel drive buggy RTR.
Yeah,
that's the only one they have that's RTR. That's a buggy.
Okay,
all the other ones are kits.
Yeah,
which
I had that one. Well, the earlier one.
Yeah, and this one they have a bunch of factory team. The RB10 now they have a bunch of factory team stuff for it, which will make it a pretty cool truck or cool buggy. Yeah, but it'd be rad to get something. So the only thing I really have that I could take out there are the Pro 4 and the Slashes. I don't really have anything else that I can run out there. I mean, I don't think they'd let my Baja Ray out there. Maybe. It's a 10th scale technically, but it's a little beefy for it.
You've built it up.
Yeah, and it's got all the steel cage on it. I don't know if they'd want to steel cage
up their walls. Yeah.
Or their jumps. Casing the jump, taking a big chunk out of it. Because I'm not that good of a driver anyway, so it's going to be like I'm going to be all over the place out there. I rarely drive on track. I haven't driven on a nice groom track like what they have ever.
Yeah,
ever.
That's after nice. I thought I'd never want to drive on carpet. I was like, I'm dirt all the way. I'm an outdoor guy. Indoor, I still want to run clay. Like I want that experience.
Yeah.
Messy as all get out. It's on everything indoors. The tables you lean up against or you sit on your seat and your butt gets covered in clay.
Yeah.
Dust and carpet, man, is just so nice. I ran it recently and I'm like, okay, I get the fascination with the carpet. I am sold on the carpet racing.
A little compressed can of air to blow it off.
Get a little the fibers off it. Yeah.
Yep. So this track out in Spokane is dirt. It's a clay track. And then the track out here. So we're going to go and do Die Hard on the 10th of December. And there's a lot of racing stuff happening. So that one, so the 10th of December, we're going to go. We're probably going to rent the buggies, and I'm going to drive. I'll probably run. We'll rent a buggy, and then Dalton will run a Rustler, and maybe I'll run a short course or a slash. I don't know. Depends if I get one before that. But I found out there's a clay oval undercover out here about 40 minutes away that they do races at. And they do sprint cars, and they do the stock cars and the slashes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to go check that out.
Nice.
I wanted to go this weekend, but my kid's last soccer game and banquet is this weekend. So won't be able to do that, but maybe after Thanksgiving, I'll be able to do it.
A little damper on it, huh?
Yeah. But it'd be cool to go see that. I've never seen one of those races in person. They look pretty rad. The little outlaw RCs.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. 12-turn Mud Boss slash.
Yep. I'm going to say Bronco and Defender yawn. Yeah. I feel like we're getting a lot of the same trucks from everybody. And I get why. They sell is ready to run to new people, new hobby people. They see it. This is a truck they like or they own. It makes perfect sense. So,
well, it's hard. Like, what other trucks are iconic vehicles are out there right now? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like those old Chevys or whatever could always sell, like a square body.
Yeah, I think so too. And I love those, and I'm biased to those, and I always would go with that. But I think for other people that aren't Chevy guys, it might be the same kind of yawn, you know, because you see those, Traxxas has them, Axial has them. So it's like, but that's why I'm wondering. It's like, aside from like the Toyotas, the Tacomas that are out there, what else is there really? You know, that's like a street truck kind of iconic look. I don't really think there's a whole lot. You don't see many Rams, which would be okay, but
because nobody buys them.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, let's do an F4 or F-150. It's like everyone has an F-150, like, woo.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So,
but there's not that many of them as a crawler setup, but it's not really a crawler truck either. So it's kind of like,
well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Travis is saying Raptors. Yeah, the Raptors are cool, but that doesn't really fit the crawler look a whole lot.
Yeah, it's just the 24 scale though. There's not. I mean, Axial has that one. I feel like I don't know. It's not my favorite of the older truck styles that they did with that Chevy in the teal and the gray.
Yeah.
Not my favorite picks necessarily for that, but colors or particular body. I think in the 80s Chevy or something would have been.
See, I love the old style, like the drag slash. That old
that old yeah.
But that's the same style that the C20 the Axial is a C10. It just doesn't fit right. It just doesn't fit right on the
I don't know if it's colors or what. I mean, if they maybe done more of a black or I don't know.
I think it's the wheels. The wheels and tire combo just didn't fit with that body at all. I don't think. Like when you put different wheels and tires on it, it makes it a lot different. But yeah, it's kind of tough figuring out what it is. Where's the circle track on the Oregon, Washington coast? Circle track is up in Stanwood. I don't know how I can share the link. I don't know if I have a link. I don't have a link. I just have a picture. Let me look it up real quick. Hang on. I forgot what it was called because I just came across it too. And I was like, look at that. Let's see. It's a Nora Winter Dirt Oval Series. Oh, Creekside is what it's called. Creekside Speedway.
Creekside.
Bam.
So
there are pictures of the real stuff there. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. But
all right, so we haven't, I don't think, really talked about it. The Mayhem, Monthly Mayhem, and what your thoughts are on the whole thing. I want to know what your
my
favorite
thoughts are,
truck is. Yeah, like I want to go like, and we'll go through them here. Let's do like a poll of what people's favorites are. Well, they had a whole poll on Instagram,
yeah.
but I'm curious what your favorite is and
You know,
why. And I've got a little video here we can watch from Scale Builders Guild. He took video of going through the
video of his video.
K-pop Turks and Jerps is this one,
Yeah.
and they were competing.
Yep.
This was Tom Lee and Scale Builders Guild. Lots of carbon stuff going on here.
Yep.
So yeah, Tom Lee versus. Then this one is RC Review.
Yep.
Also did a lot of aero work. And then Josh from Harley Designs. Very cool nod
Cheater
to Ricky Bobby.
Just kidding.
Mater, this was the sleeper, man.
It surprised
it's reversed,
me.
Right?
Yeah. It surprised
so cool.
me how quick he got it.
Such a great idea. I was going to try to use these drag tires like this. And I just couldn't get them in. So I ended up doing the D-boots. But I think those drag tires would have done better. And also, if you're going to do this, buy 2 sets of these extensions. Because that the nut type thing, if you lose that, you're screwed. So you want to have spares. I got lucky that we found it. And then we went back and hit our fastest speed right after that.
Kalen says, "What's up, Tony Anderson?"
So what would you say is your favorite of the builds? I'll let it just play on repeat here.
Honestly, it was a surprise to me. I actually really enjoyed that one, RC Reviews.
Yep, the green one.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I mean, maybe just because it surprised me how much he put into it. I mean, I know he's a tech kind of guy, not tech, but like technical type of person.
Very technical. Yeah.
But I anticipated him to be kind of like the Tom Lee, the Turks and Jerps, just, changing out a couple of things and going, but he put a lot of thought into that. And, it's pretty cool. The arrow was pretty cool. What was cool about it is that it was mostly handmade. That's what I thought was pretty trick, like versus, getting it done by Send Cut Send or all that.
Did he show the process? I don't remember seeing how these were made here. They look like maybe he heated them up and then bent them.
Yeah.
Because they don't look 3D printed. It looks all ABS. I know he talked about cutting out the bottom plate.
Yeah. Yep.
And they talked about having some help with this as far as design.
Right. Yep. And you saw him shaving down here and there with the Dremel and stuff like that. Like,
you got to get the tires to turn.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool how it was, more, me being a craftsman, and I have built stuff before I had the toolbox that I have, and now having the tools that I have, life is easy. But remembering how hard it was to build stuff by hand, like 100% by hand, sometimes I'm like, how did I do that? You know what I mean? Like it's super rad. And especially like for me, that one, the consistency is what I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Like it was consistently running well.
And this isn't even the best photo of it because he chopped the top.
You're right.
And then it was wicked looking when he chopped the top down.
Yep.
So his back fin could work better.
Yep.
Yeah. And get more downforce on the rear. Yeah.
I like the idea that I like the way K-Pops looked.
I was going to say it's my favorite of them all.
Yeah. His looked like that European semi-truck racing circuit style. I love that. But
the front end here, that huge bumper on it and these huge flares on the side.
Yeah.
Just square like steps. I just love the look of it.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, from a design standpoint, he just killed it.
Yep. Yep. But like I said, the consistency of RC reviews was cool. Yeah, I really liked that he was dialing it in. It was surprising how I think everyone did West Desert Wheeler, did he go straight motor to axle? I don't think he did.
Yes.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Okay. I'm pretty sure everyone else did. So I was pretty surprising seeing.
Turks and Jerps didn't.
Yeah, he did. At the end,
Oh, yes, he did in the end. He did.
Yeah.
Because he was using the Traxxas slash, and then, yep, you're right. He did in the end.
Yep. So
yep. That video,
cool.
man, I was crying watching that video.
Were you? It was. I know. I know.
It's gold, man.
Oh,
it's gold.
Oh man, he reminded me of Jamie Foxx when he impersonates Mike Tyson, like his really soft-spoken, like.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow. Yep, it was pretty cool. I saw a video of K-pop rapping out his motor and his that today, I think it was, looked pretty cool. It actually made me want. So I think we've talked about it before. I have 3 rollers of a T-Max that I could put together to make one, but I need a motor and a motor plate. And I can't bring myself to buy a Nitro motor and motor plate for the T-Max just because it's like I could buy another crawler kit for that much, how much it would cost to get that. So I'm like,
yeah.
ugh. And I know they're super annoying, but there's something fun about having a Nitro car every now and then.
No, there's not.
I just like the way it sounds. They're fun in the snow. I like them in the snow.
Tuning them, that's fun. When it's, changing weather conditions like that's the best. So, yeah, everybody's up there saying that only a couple people got disqualified. I disqualified everybody that used a GNSS because there was no way to prove that there wasn't a second GNS on site being driven in another car that was paired to the phone.
There you go.
To read the score from it. There's no way to know.
There's no way to know.
There's
They're never
no
gonna
way.
know.
Yep.
How are they gonna know?
RC Review used wasn't in the rules.
Unsanctioned.
And it was mountain bike, and again, those aren't rated, I don't think, very fast, because why do they need to? So I'm pretty sure the way that my math works,
yeah,
I come out on top. Tom Lee should be disqualified because the UK is so much higher up on the globe there. It's got more angle, so there's more downhill. So he's using the curvature of the earth to his advantage. Unless you're a flat earther, and then
what's that called? The Kepler's arc or whatever it's called. Yep. I forgot what it's called.
Cheating.
Yeah.
So
that's funny. Well, when are we going to do our thing? We were talking about doing. Were we talking about doing a Clod Buster stock Clod?
We were talking about doing we need to do it before it gets too cold, and you hit a jump and break an axle off.
Everything shatters.
Dude, I'm gonna see if I can find this. So my buddy Travis was over, and he was saying he's been sending me stuff saying he wants to get a Clod Buster. He's been looking at him, and then he was looking at him on Facebook. And I don't know if it'll still be here. But he found this. Oh, here it is. Now, don't y'all go buying this now.
I'm gonna go buy it right now.
If you buy this, I will punch you in the face.
Right in the baby maker.
Right in the baby maker. That there looks like a Clodzilla.
Yep.
The axles are also aluminum, and the casings.
Those look like they're handmade.
Yeah. But doesn't that look kind of like the Clodzilla style?
Yeah.
Chassis. It doesn't say that it is one, but it looks very similar to me.
Those
That doesn't
axle
look
houses
hands in here, but this does.
No, that does, yeah.
And these are just locked out. These are the rear, so it's just straight
Yeah.
out. But yeah, $450 is all that he wants for this.
Where's
With a
he at?
Havoc servo, which is pretty much $60 to $100 usually. This is in Illinois. Shaved
Okay, I'm looking it
tires.
up
Look at
right now.
that.
Will he ship it? Just kidding.
Didn't say that. It says, well, it doesn't say no shipping.
Someone on
Pickup.
my
Yeah, pickup in Pingree Grove, Illinois.
I don't know
could drive to
why.
Pingree Grove, Illinois.
I don't know why, but for some reason out here in Washington, everything secondhand, everyone thinks that it's like worth its weight in gold. There is a bone stock Clod
That's
Buster Black
most.
Edition. Yeah, I guess. But there's a bone stock Clod Buster, the Black Edition here, and they want $400 for it. And it's like, it's just stock.
It's about 3 hours from me.
Like, why would you spend that kind of dough, $400 for a stalker?
Maybe when I go to that race in Champaign, I could pick it up.
What are we going to do? Are we going to do stock Clod or are we going to do something?
I don't have a stock Clod.
What?
I have one kind of stock, but it has
It's a regulator one?
No. It's a stock chassis, but I have 4-steer independent where it's stock.
Yeah.
But it has servos on each axle. But other than that, it's stock. With a Traxxas Bigfoot body on it. But it's stock motors, stock. Well, I have change of shocks too. But I mean, for the most part, it has the look and the bounce of, because it's got 4 shocks on it, or 8 around, and it's pretty bouncy.
Yeah.
So
mine has like zero flex. It's just all bounce.
Yeah.
There's like no.
Well, that's the thing about changing the shocks. It's like, you still are limited to those like ladder. The links on it are just so stiff no matter what you do.
And there's only like this much clearance in between the top of the axle and the bottom of the pan.
Yep.
Kaylin is asking for making retro race clouds. We talked about doing a freestyle just between me and Tony.
Basically, we were just going to go and do a bunch of jumps like you used to do at the track and freestyle them.
Freestyle.
Your garage setup. Have a little freestyle comp.
Do you think the clouds would be that fun to watch? I don't think they'd be that fun to watch. I started thinking about it the other day.
But it's like, how do you judge it? So you got to get some cool slap wheelies or something.
Yeah, but that's so easy.
Yeah, but into like a long wheelie?
Easy. Super easy. I just hit that Gapatillo button. Do you like that?
Gapatillo?
The NOS post that I sent you of the NOS or the nitrous can that was painted like a Tapatio.
Yep.
Gapatillo.
I
loved it.
I don't know. It's different. It's easier. It's not like having to set up a whole course and all that was the whole point.
Yeah.
Was we just had a few little jumps and 30 seconds to make it look cool. It is boring, but you can still judge it. All you need to be able to do is judge it. Best 30-second, get the most hits in, get some good air. Nice.
You could only get like 2 hits in on a Clod Buster in 30 seconds.
Right, the turning radius.
You're like, okay.
You could do it like Penda, man. I got crush cars. You could make it fun. Remember when I destroyed that J Concepts truck? Broke the light bar and all that they lent me. That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they forgave me for that yet.
We should get the TRX4Ms and make them into monster trucks and then do freestyles with those. What do you think about that?
Do what?
Get the
I was reading the
TRX4.
comments.
Huh?
I was reading the comments. TGY RCTV said he won the Kevin Talbot freestyle competition a few years back.
Nice. I was saying, what if we got the TRX4Ms, put monster truck tires on them, and then freestyles with those?
Do you think they're fast enough out of the box?
No, but it'd be the same as like the Clod Buster, but it'd be inside
you're right.
and more.
Just make a few little jumps.
Yeah.
Just put.
I don't know.
That could work. Just make a.
I mean,
they look fairly quick. The other thing is that FMS Smasher.
Yeah.
We get some of those. If Jeff would just get them in stock.
Yeah, last I heard they were sold out from FMS.
They are.
I don't know. I don't like the portals.
Nope. I don't either, but they handle really good if you've seen them.
Oh, I've seen them.
They look pretty awesome, especially with the speed motor in them.
Yeah. Jeff says Tony is going for speed in 2023.
Black Market says got mine Monday.
Ooh.
I mean, we totally could do the Traxxas TRX4M. I'm down for that.
Well, is your Black Market chassis, is that a SMT base or is that a... We could just build those up and freestyle them.
I won't have mine done in time.
Come on, Tony.
I got to get my race trucks ready for November.
We're in November.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got this week and next week to get my trucks ready.
Yeah.
And then I'm heading out of town for Turkey. Not for Turkey
Thanksgiving.
Day, I'm going to Turkey. The country.
Nice. For how long?
A weekish.
A weekish?
Yeah.
Yikes. That's crazy.
It looks pretty amazing.
Probably a little cold out in Turkey.
Gonna be a lot of work, but it looks good.
That's cool, man.
Turkey again. I haven't been to Turkey. I was in Bulgaria.
So,
yeah.
Not to change subject, but I have these in front of me. I was talking to Weston the other day online because I thought he posted a video. He made some kind of thing. And I was like, bro, I got you taken care of. So I'm going to send these out to him. A set of four, or not a set of four, but for 4 of their trucks.
Yeah.
But Andre heard of someone saying, I don't know if you've put yours on yet, but Andre was saying that someone had said that you were still able to hit the back wing on the Kingsling. And I'm like, how?
If you jump and land in an angle backward. If the truck comes up and if you jump it and it lands in like that, it digs in from the top, it can.
Okay. Well, yeah, I could see that, but then no wheelie bar is going to stop that. So I was like, because he was telling me that, and I was like, I don't see how that can happen. Like, it just, if you jump up and land that way, yeah, I could see that, but no wheelie bar is going to stop that if you get beyond the wheelie bar.
It's just, it may still rub and catch a little, but it's not going to let it do the full pull up that it was doing.
Well, and that's what I was telling him on mine. I'm like, mine was ripped like in half, and I glued it together and put these on, and it hasn't.
You've been going nuts with it, yeah,
and it hasn't done anything to it. So I'm like, I might try to take it out tomorrow. Actually, I'm headed out to Seattle for a job, and there's a park on the way back that I want to do some crawling at. and do some river crossing stuff. And so I might take the Kingsling out to the beach and
nice
and let it rip. There's a, if I remember right, if it's the same way, there's a beach out there that has like a little gully that's only like this much water, but it's like sand to creek to sand, and I want to send it over
it. Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see.
Nice.
I'll bring my waterproof boots.
There you go.
My Crocs with the motor on them, the NOS. See that?
Those are super cool Crocs.
I saw those. I was like, those have Tony's name all over them.
Yeah. I do like my Crocs. I had them on today when Jeff filmed me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the easiest thing would be to just take stock TRX 4s and put monster truck tires on them.
Yep.
And freestyle them. Because you can build stuff out of cardboard easily for those. Tape them to the floor.
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest way for us to do something where it's not like a bunch of
dude, I'd be so down for that.
Hours and hours of work
on my shop floor at the shop.
Yeah.
And have plenty of room and be semi-warm.
Yeah.
Right now,
let's do that. Let's do a TRX 4M. When are you going to get one? They come out Friday.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they have any that are available at my local hobby shop.
Are they a Traxxas dealer?
I don't know. They got a lot of Traxxas stuff.
We'll find out. Tell them to put your name on one.
It's a hobby town.
Okay. We'll tell them to put your name on a pre-order. We'll make it happen somehow. We'll get the money for it. Just tell them to hold it if they got one.
I'll call them up. I'll be like, yo. I didn't realize I bought so much of this stuff.
What is it?
My Star Bond. Dude, this stuff is hands down.
Is that glue?
Yeah, it's the best. No, it's just normal CA glue.
Oh, for your 3D prints and all that?
Yeah, but and I use it at the shop now too, but they have different thicknesses and different viscosities.
Yeah.
But because I'm doing the 3D printed body soon.
No, Alex, I haven't. Thanks for reminding me. I need to. I'm so behind on everything because of the mayhem. I'm like,
it's all good.
I was even behind on my shipments from. So if you can't get your hands on one, I have 2 coming in, and I can drop it in the mail with a shirt that I have to now locate because we went on a trip and I had it in my truck, and then I'm hoping it's still in my truck.
The biggest thing I'd have to figure out, actually, last I heard, I'm going to the website right now. I heard the J Concepts wheels and tires got sold out.
They did.
Are they still sold out?
You want to do the J Concepts ones? I thought that you were back in stock.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I assumed I would do the J Concepts ones.
I might have an extra set of those.
They're sold out. The Renegades are sold out. Let's see what the Golden Years are. Golden Years are sold out. Are the wheels sold out? Wheels are in stock. I have to figure out a body. What bodies fit that true to form 18th scale?
1/18 scale stuff. I was just gonna run the stock body for it. Do a Bronco monster truck.
A bucking Bronco. A high voltage Bronco. What color? Oh, you got what color Bronco did you get?
Black.
Ooh. Look at you all murdered out.
Yep. Put a Monster Energy sticker on it. Call it good.
I'd have to 3D print a body. Maybe I'll go with a blazer. Maybe I'll print my Cabra body at 18th scale to practice on it.
So, man, I'm gonna try to set up my 3D printer tomorrow.
You still haven't done that? Isn't it pre-built?
I don't know how pre-built it is. It's in a pretty big box in my basement.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? I bet you we could get a few people doing the freestyle thing with the Traxxas besides us.
yeah, I think we got to leave it stock motor and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can change the tires in the body.
Yeah.
You have to change the tires in the body, but I think the rest of it would be just kind of to see what they can do out of the box. I think that's part of the fun of it. Like, what can people get it to do?
I know what you're going to do. You're going to hook up your pull sled to it.
One of them is going to be a pull truck.
There you go.
Those Renegade tires, I think, would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Monster, like tractor tires.
Yeah. That would be sick. Yeah, those tires look awesome. I really like the mini Renegades.
Yeah.
Those look awesome.
Yeah, we need to have a monster truck pull class. But yeah, we're going to try and moonwalk it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So you could probably put an FMS body on it if you got one. If anybody had an FMS 2479 Ford, could probably fit on.
I bet you I could 3D print a handful of bodies and send them your way. Then you could start cornering the market on Lexan 18th scale monster truck bodies.
Yeah, if I can get the 3D printer up and run to make some molds from. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I could 3D print it because clearly your 3D printer is not going to be up till next year. This September or so.
Hey, it just came in last month. I was the beginning of the month. It must have been the beginning of the month, the first week of October, because I was out of town.
Yeah.
And I saw it arrive. And I haven't opened it yet. It's still sitting. Like, if there was damage to it now, it's like I'm probably beyond any warranty.
That's the worst. Oh, that's the worst. That's what happened to me on these eBay ESCs. I was so mad. I was going back and forth with them. I just bought these cheap ones on eBay for the sand rails that I was building. And they said they were programmable and it would work with the Surpass program card. And I plugged it in and it didn't work with the Surpass program card. And so it's got like the worst lag when you hammer down on it. It is terrible. And so I'm like, so I messaged him back. And of course, I didn't run them for a few months before I got it, and then I put them all together and got it. And he's like, yeah, you bought those like last April? Like, not this last April, but the April before?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, you ran them in a parking lot one time, half speed. I believe you. Just put them in. I know. You have not been running them for a whole year.
I know. I was like, well, fair enough. He's like, we don't even sell that anymore. I'm like, all right, well, looks like I'm gonna have to do something. And I found
a reason for that, probably because a piece of crap.
I know. I found them on Amazon, so I'm like, all right. Ooh, actually, that's what I can get now too. I need to get those.
He says he bought that one for $17. For a bit, then it went up in smoke.
This one? Yeah. It's
like Ghoul RC or something.
I don't even think it has a name like Ghoul RC. Nope.
Oh, I forgot to mention there are King of RC shirts available now.
What?
In the description. Did you not see that? Did I not tell
No.
you about that?
No.
Oh, well, there are. Well, I could show them, I think.
Yeah, I think we need some pink RC Sugar Mama shirts.
Here, let's see if I can get this RC Sugar Mama. So that was one of them I was actually going to do. But I need to figure out how I want to spell it because we've been spelling it different. We've been doing Sugar Mama MOMMA instead of MAMA, which I like the MOMMA personally.
It's not searchable.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't get tied up with everybody else's Sugar Mama with the MAMA. So I like that about it. What was I doing? Sharing screen.
You're pulling up the King of RC
here it is.
shirt.
There it is.
That's awesome. Too bad he didn't come up with us before Proline by the fire.
Oh, that would have been a good one for it. So that's one of them.
I just mean you could have went to the Proline by the fire and be like, "Who's the king?"
And then the other one is more in your face.
There you go. I like that.
Summoning eagles. King of RC.
That was funny. Oh, there's an eagle up there. Look at that eagle.
The best part was to me, like I knew what I was doing at that point. Like I put my hands on my hips and kind of like proud kind of stance.
Majestic.
Knocking down trees. Flying through the air. Summoning eagles. I lost it after that. Like that was one of them where it was like the quick laugh. And I just did that again too with the other video I just did. And I started laughing and I had to cut. Oh, the peeing. The part about the peeing kid, the Traxxas UDR. Or Traxxas XTR, the Traxxas XTR. I was going through the manual. I'm like, this kid's peeing on his truck. Because it was like showing the rocks coming at him, but it looked like these pee streams on the truck. Like he was kind of shaking it around and peeing all over the truck.
That's funny.
So
Black Market says this is borderline RC propaganda style.
Yeah. A little safer for work.
A little safer.
So yeah, summoning eagles. And you can get that in the gray.
You know, we got to draw one of your truck hitting a tree and saying King of RC Lumberjack. So it's like knocking over the tree as it comes down. I like it. What's worse, getting beef instead of steak like you asked for at Taco Bell, or no straw? Ooh.
What's worse? Getting a paper straw, cardboard straw. That's the worst. I'd rather have no straw.
Yeah.
No straw at all. I think this is my favorite of the two. This is probably the one I'm going to order.
Yep, I like it. I want to see you wear the OnlyFans shirt.
Yeah, I'll have to do that sometime.
Because RCing ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I was just looking at my shirts. I was like, I should probably wear a couple or get a couple new ones. I haven't.
I need to get a new Smoke and Motors shirt. Oh. So after I knew I wanted to do this regardless, is to get the Smoke and Motors stickers made, like the one you're wearing, but it says club underneath it.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're little stickers, so when people smoke a motor in ESC, they can stick their car with it.
Yeah.
But then I also did just that motor part with the smoke coming off it. So like, you know, the football helmets in college where they start stickering them all up. So if you like that same truck keeps, you can just keep adding stickers to it. You prove the burned out one at the track and we'll give you a sticker to put on it. So I've had them made. I'm hoping it's big enough to go for either truck, like 24 scale, or might be, like little window stickers for the 10th scale, but then and it'd be like a bumper sticker on one and a little bigger on the 24 scale. So I only did one size, but yeah.
Speaking of motor and stuff, I have a question. In your little speed box that you've got there, do you have, and I don't know if they make it. You were talking about your,
Pinions. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if they make it, but I am having a hard time finding a 5mm bore, 32 pitch, like anything below 16 tooth pinion.
I don't know if they can get it around and that it would work.
Yeah.
I don't know that you can.
So here's the problem. So Robinson Racing makes a 32 pitch spur gear.
Hey, here's a 14 tooth by Hot Racing.
5mm?
5mm bore, 14 tooth, 32 pitch pinion.
Where?
Amazon.
No, I've looked. I've scoured.
I'm looking at it right now. I just picked 14 tooth, and it was right there. Right there.
14.
I'm showing it to you. You don't have to.
I'm looking it up so I can put it in the cart. 14.
Let's see if they have a 13 tooth. 13 tooth. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 with a 5mm shaft.
No.
Yeah, right here.
I don't see it. They don't come up when I look at it.
Maker Dolt. 5mm set, 13 to 17. This is also another great time for a shameless plug.
Okay. So read the fine print. The one I'm looking at says 5mm pinion gear set, has all those, and it says with 1/8 inch coupler. Oh, so that's it goes down. That's weird.
Yeah, so you can put on. They've got a little shim that you can put in it.
Yeah. All right.
Which is what I had needed at one point. But speaking of these, I now have the 12.2 overdrive gears that are like the 30%, 33% overdrives instead of the 23% that I had.
For the SCX24?
For the SCX24s. I have now the 2/13 and the 2/12.
Nice.
Gearing.
How's that work for crawling?
It pulls pretty good.
Well, no. I'm thinking putting them on both axles, not just the front axle.
Oh no, yeah.
Jeff Brown goes, my Google skills are no good. It's true.
You can get a 9.2 32p 5mm. They have all kinds of sizes. Do you feel less of a man now, Pablo? Because you're like your dad when you were growing up, needing you to fix the time,
the VCR
on the VCR.
The beta.
Yep.
This beta isn't working.
Thing. Hey, son, get in here and change the clock on this for me now. It is now that we went through that time zone change, and I cannot for the life of me.
Do you guys fall back?
Yes.
Are you on? Okay. Because I thought Arizona doesn't do it. I don't think. I don't know if other places do.
That really messes you up, though, if you're working with anybody else, like the next state over.
I know.
I mean, it's such a pain.
Yeah. And it's terrible because it gets, for us, it's getting dark at like 3:45. The sun starts to get dark. Yeah. Kalen says it's dark at noon here now. It's getting dark so early. It's terrible.
Right. They're talking about Burger King of burgers.
King of burgers.
I will be honest that since I moved back to Michigan, I have taken a liking for Burger King again. I went years and years and years without eating Burger King.
It's good until it isn't. And that point when it isn't, and you're
done
trotting to the bathroom, it's like, woo, immediately.
Oh, really? So I don't have any issue with that when I eat it. Man. But I only get their Whopper, so
yeah,
I don't like mess around. I only go there if I want a Whopper. I don't go for, or their jalapeno popper things that they've got right now are pretty good. But no, like we didn't eat it in Virginia. Like you didn't get all of the Burger Kings closed. Everybody was about Wendy's and Chick-fil-A. You come up here, it's hard to find a Wendy's. See, I'm starting to get Southern again. But that was, and that really is where it came from. Like when I get excited, it starts to go more.
Yeah.
But no, I mean we didn't have Wendy's here really anywhere to go to, or Hardee's. But down in the South, there's Wendy's and Hardee's everywhere. Yeah. No Burger King. Like they go out of business. Yeah. There's a lot of shut down Burger Kings.
Yep. He's saying nacho fry season. Nacho fries at Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, they're so good.
To get a large surge, they still sell surge pop. That's right.
Yeah. I remember in college. Surge. I was an RA in college, and we had the meal card where because being an RA, you got full room and board, and your meal card was enough so that you could take residents out with. So you had all this money. And I would literally go and just buy cases, like the big flats of surge, and just be like, ching, let's go. Like 2 cases, walking back to the doors. Oh, that's terrible.
That's funny. Yeah, see, that's what it felt like down in Virginia, too, Black Market. It seems like Burger King has a deal with the local Princeton's and crack houses.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just where we are situated here. Well, so the other thing was, like, I went down to the when I first moved up here, I went down to the event in Champaign, the whatever the thing was called, the Horizon RC Fest. And then coming back, I couldn't find a spot, and I was like dying to eat. But there's like construction, whatever, and I pulled off, and COVID stuff, whatever. Certain places weren't open or doing stuff. I had to get Burger King, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I haven't had this in forever. And then it was good, and then it was like,
it's on.
It happened a couple times where like that was the only option, and then it's kind of like,
I don't know if they do it in your part of the world, but it's like the coolest stuff when you get either fries or you get the onion rings, and you get the one rogue at the bottom, and you're like,
there's one or the other. Yeah, I got a free onion
I don't know
ring.
if that's like if they have to do that or not. It's like they have to, flip this Frosty upside down before they give it to you. Like,
you get a free rogue one, yeah. So that's when I was a kid. I used to like Burger King because of the onion rings.
Yeah.
They had there. Yeah. I know why we're talking about food. You guys were talking about it in the comments. I saw White Castle and I saw Five Guys. But I still think Five Guys is the best burger ever. But I know
did I send you the picture when I went there at the end of summer here?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm doing a Five Guys here. It was delicious.
Yeah, it's my favorite. They're not cheap. My boys and I, the 3 of us, walked out and it was $50 bucks. I'm like, what happened there? Yeah. You can order frings. It's a mix of fries and rings. What? That runs okay.
Delicious.
So the other thing that we have up here that we only had one of that I knew of down there was Dickey's Barbecue, which is a Texas barbecue shop. Which they were cool in Virginia. They had like free ice cream. Like, so like you have your meal, they had like everything out. You could get like a bunch of pickles, jalapenos, whatever you wanted to throw on your stuff. They just had it out. And then at the end, there was just soft serve ice cream. You just
walk up and
partake. Yeah. But that's not how they do it up here. I had my kids all excited about the free ice cream. And nope. Not here.
They're like, Dad, I don't trust you ever anymore.
Yeah. God. One of the RC events, I was just coming back from the Ohio one. I had to eat on the way back. And I pulled in to go to a Dickey's. I'm like, oh, sweet, there's a Dickey's. And it was like, there was one lady working it. She had like a karaoke machine out on like a front porch of the place. And I go in and she's like, all we got. So it's only her. And she just walks in front of me. All I got's like sausage and turkey. And I'm like, what? Like, that's all I got. I'm like, what the? Okay. Like, you're a legit restaurant, right? Like, this is a chain.
Yeah.
There's standards, and I don't think they're quite being met. But they were like right next to the Ponderosa. There was a Ponderosa in that town. like the all-you-can-eat buffet,
Oh
old
yeah.
school from like 80s, 90s, Ponderosa.
Oh, see, we had
Oh, I got Jimmy John's that day. I'm like, forget all this. I'm not dealing with this.
we have the old country buffet. That was our old school
Yeah.
buffet style. And now they have Golden Corral. And I went there once and I was like, you know when it's hard not to like stereotype when
Oh,
you're in a place like you're like you're like looking at the people going up and you're like
this is depressing.
yeah. And you're like the guy with the sweats, you know what I'm,
Yeah.
you know, he the bigger guy, you know, sweats and he's like "Ugh, and he's like sticking his hand into the chocolate fountain. Like I'm just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Their sausage
Come
ain't
on.
bad, Jethro. You're right. However, it was a good excuse to leave because there was no way I was going to eat there after I went
Yeah.
in. I
Yep.
was like, what? Where, like, eeks. But yeah, so
So
I got out of Dodge quickly, and I redeemed it with just a Jimmy John's quick, fast,
Jimmy John's is
get
the
out the
bomb.
door, and yeah, it was good to go. But
So let me kind of circle back to some conversations that we were having, and Alex is in there, so he has a little bit of scale trophy truck insight. So we were talking out here on our end in Washington. What would you think of not necessarily like we're on another side of the continent, basically, but uh, thoughts on like a Baja style race with only IFS solid axle cars, like kind of U4-esque, but more just Baja, like Baja Rays, Yetis. There's a Dramada out there. I forgot. There's another one out there that's
Ramada has one.
so
Is it
says
like a twin
KLN.
hammers kind of thing? It's that rock
Yeah,
hammer or whatever.
it's called a Rock Raider or something like
Rock,
that.
yeah.
So, but
Rock Ray.
like
No,
if
not Rock Ray.
yeah, well, there'd be the Hammer Ray, the Rock Ray, the Baja Ray, the Yeti, but it would be more of a Baja style race. So like more open pre-runner
Backbone
style.
Rock Racer. That was it.
Oh yeah, there's that one too.
Backbone
Yeah.
Rock Racer.
What do you
The
think of
Axial
something like
Yeti
that?
Can-Am Juniors.
Well, I'm talking bigger though, 10 scale.
Oh, okay.
So 10 scale. And then like the and then having like the open class, the unlimited class, which would be like the UDR, the Mojave, and I think the Super Baja Ray is too big for that class, but
You like trying to say like a national event to get everybody that's into it to come in for it?
no, just a little like I don't. It's hard because it's like kind of starting another segment, but it's like how do you make it more just Baja style? You know what I mean? Like the actual Baja pre-runners where it's like long open sections, but you'd have to be on a stand to watch it. Are you running it like Mickey Thompson style where they're all next to each other? Are you running like time trial style where it's like who gets the fastest through the section? What are your thoughts on something like that?
I think it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you think it'd be too limiting to the people?
I don't know how many people have those style trucks right now.
Yeah, that's the
It's
hard thing
not
too.
popular here right now that I've
Yeah.
seen, other than a few people that have some really awesome tricked out ones, you know.
Yeah.
But
Because most of the people that have them don't race them. They're kind of
right,
almost like a basher-esque or like a scale video style car for these people for most of the people. But you know, I think it'd be fun to race. The other thing that I was thinking would be a blast. I know you have one, but I don't have one. Is the Outlaw, the Rampage Outlaw, to get a class of those going in a short course, like not a traditional short course, but like a Mickey Thompson style stadium course.
Right.
And have the Outlaw Rampage out there. Oh, that'd be fun. Like a spec class, everyone run a 12 turn. That would be a blast.
Oh yeah, I have that Kyosho one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because those are super scale looking.
Right.
And, you know, you could go door to door with those. The idea is going door to door more than like, you know, like the thing about the Hammer Ray, it's open wheel. And same with like the Yeti is open wheel and the Rock Ray. I like the idea of having fenders so you could actually rub a little bit if you're racing.
Yep.
But they're also really big and fast cars, so they could do a lot of damage too.
Yeah, but I think like the Baja Rays and that kind of stuff will take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I even think that the Kyoshos would.
I think in their own
I
class.
think most. Yeah. You couldn't put them with a bigger truck.
No, you couldn't put them with a Baja Ray. The Baja Ray is too heavy. But I think it'd be pretty cool. Set it up. Upper left says set it up drag race style. Elimination brackets, 2-lane races, but with little jumps, stuff like Baja terrain. That would be cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That would be really cool. Yeah, so Alex is saying he thinks it'd be cool to have it like a large course like the AMSOIL. That's exactly what I think we were talking about.
That's
like,
and stand in the middle. So that's like at Axial Fest, kind of what they did.
Yeah.
And it's super fun.
Right.
And everybody has to stand in a circle. You could move around in that circle. They put like a rope down. So you can kind of get a good view of your car. You don't have to just stand in one spot.
I think everyone needs to wear pads so you can actually like hit each other as you're trying to get to your spot.
Yep. You should have plastic swords as well.
I'd bring a taser in just for fun. Be like, get out of my way.
So yeah, I'm ordering some of those shirts right now. I see 2 other people did as well.
Nice.
So there you go. We're gonna have some King of RC fans repping. 2 truck. I like the idea of 4 to 6 trucks in. I wouldn't do more. It just becomes too crazy.
Yeah.
And also the way they set it up at Axial Fest, you're in mud and stuff like that, and you roll over and you're done.
Yeah.
And it was pretty difficult. That train there is tough. I would have a little bit of maybe hill, but I would do more jumps and.
Well, and it's hard too, because I think like part of what I think is kind of losing its luster and our U4 stuff is that people are like really stretching the limits, and it's the essence of the U4 isn't there anymore. So like people in the 1.9 class, which was supposed to be basically you're supposed to get like a stock truck and go out there, and go out in there and play. People were taking what's the not X-Ray, what's the other brand of buggy? It's
Techno.
Techno. They were taking Technos and making them into 1.9 trucks and racing them in the 1.9 class. And it's like, that's cool. And I totally appreciate the craft of that and like the engineering of that, but it kind of gets away from it, and same with like the 2.2 class. They were running riffs in the 2.2 class, and it's like 2.2 solid anyway. And I'm like, I don't really think that's a 2.2 solid. I mean, that's an axial bomber, you know what I mean, for a 2.2 solid class. And same with the IFS. IFS is kind of just like the Wild West, do whatever you can. And I think what I like to see is more structure.
The bomber, I still have a bomber for sale locally for anybody that's interested. It's got nice aluminum black panels on it, upgraded motor to a little bit faster 20 turn.
Fancy.
Which is the limit at Axial Fest. And
so that's what I was speaking about. So that's what I like about Axial is that, or about that event, is that it's like
there's
a stock
unlimited
car.
and stock. Yeah, there's both.
Right. And I would like that if it was like the IFS class that we're talking about with the Baja. The only problem is that means everyone has to have a Baja Ray or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's like, do you cap it at a 3,300 kV motor and 3S? You know what I mean? And
you just got to figure, you got to have a stock class. And so axial fest, it makes sense. It's like, all right, you got to have a stock, bomber.
Right.
Like that's base. Well, 20 turn, you can take it down to a 20 turn brushed.
Right. Well, that's
but
what
it
I mean.
didn't matter the ESC, whatever. Like,
sure.
I think there was a max 3S limit.
Right.
2S, 3S. But it was all about going slow anyway, because you were rolling over and you're out, like.
Right. Well, and see, that's the thing about this kind of a class is that it's hard because it's so very
laser nuts don't count. They're not solid axle.
No, and so it's very different, right? So like a Baja ray versus a hammer ray, totally different powertrain, even though they're similar in setup, different powertrain. So what's stock? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where do you put that kind of bracket?
Or if you brought brushed class.
Yeah, but none of them have none of them come stock with brushed. They come stock.
The bomber
brushless.
Does. The bomber.
I'm talking about this Baja style.
Okay,
if we were going to do Baja style, that's where I'm like, it's almost like everyone has to have a Baja ray or everyone has to have a hammer.
Your league's built based on, and this is how it is. Like a group of friends get together and they're like, hey, let's all get these cars and let's race them, right?
Right.
And that's where it's found out of, like kind of found it out of.
Right.
And then it gets skewed as more people want to join because, well, I don't have that. I have this, right? And so that's when it starts to suck, because then you start like taking people in, and in the beginning it's okay because they are not any good, and so it doesn't matter. But then you get somebody else that's in there and running with you, and they're like, well, if they're running it, I'm going to go buy that one too, because I could totally smoke everybody if I get one.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have the advantage, and he's running it, so they're not going to tell me I can't.
Right.
So it gets tricky, and that's where I feel like having rules is good. Like, because sure, have an unlimited class. You want to enter whatever you can do to be the fastest truck. Boom, here's our unlimited.
Right.
Do whatever motor you want, because at that point the rock ray is not, or the hammer ray isn't that advantageous because it's squirrely.
Yeah.
So you could set up a bomber or something else that could beat it. You know what I mean?
Right.
A little bit wider, not as long, not as squirrely. But I mean, but you want to come back to like, well, hey, here's what we're doing. We're doing a bomber class. They're stupid slow out of the box. It's only $15. Get a 20 turn motor. And we'll do but you can change your servos. You can do things that make it better and handle better, but you don't get a speed advantage, right? You just, at that point, it's more your control.
Yeah. And I think right now what the problem is that the landscape is changing so much in RC right now.
Yeah.
Bomber's discontinued. The hammer ray is not.
Who knows?
Yeah.
What it's going to be in a year. Probably not going to be around.
Right. And then the Baja ray, it's kind of one of those like cars, like I said, it's like, when do you run it? Is it a basher? It's not really a basher because it doesn't bash very well. I mean, it kind of does, but not super well. But is it a race car? There's no one racing them. It's like there's not a really good section for the racing stuff. Like the unlimited right now in U4 is the one that I think is good, because then you have an unlimited, typically people are running, I should say, because there's people that just bring whatever. They're running the what's the low-C one? Laser nut. The laser nut. They're running the Nomad DB8s. They're running hammer.
And that's the independent suspension trucks.
Yep, all IRS. Yep. Yeah, you could theoretically run a straight axle, but you'd get
disadvantaged.
Yeah, you get.
That's like the fully open class kind of.
Yep. And so it only caps out at 4S. You can run as big of a motor as you want, as little as a motor if you want.
And it still comes out of driving because.
100%. Yeah. And that's what I've noticed, and why I'm eager to start racing on the turf is because I was gun shy and a lot of this U4 stuff. I mean, every now and then I'd open it up, but for the most part, I was gun shy because I didn't want to flip. I didn't want to break. I didn't want to flip. I wanted to finish the race. And I was probably driving 60% throttle at max most of the races I was doing. Every now and then I got some room and I felt comfortable and I found a groove and I'd be able to open it up, but very, very seldom was I ever able to do that. And so, yeah, I think that a lot of it comes down to driver, but yeah, it's hard because I want to get going on some of this racing kind of stuff and do more of the U4. Our U4 is kind of dying out here, and it sucks because we're kind of invested in it a little bit when it comes to vehicles. Like the Nomad, I don't know if I could sell them, but I probably could maybe.
There's gonna be Nomad people out there that want them.
Huh?
There'll be those Nomad lovers out there that want them, are looking for them.
Oh yeah, and ours look nice because ours have the livery on them and all that. So like I could see people buying them, but I don't want to let them go because they're such a good platform. And for what I got into them for, like one of our Nomads, I traded a Wendigo and a Red Cat drift car for one of my Nomads, and it's like I came out on top big time on that one.
Yeah.
You know, compared to like if I was to sell it, I couldn't buy anything that was close to what the Nomad would be. Like I couldn't go out and buy for, you know, a $600-700 car that would be the same, comparable to what that does now. Like no way. But I don't know.
Seeing upper left's down would do an upper left RC.
Yeah. I thought he was up in Oregon, but he has a Washington thing. Where are you at, upper left?
Upper left, you were just with Jason's RCs, right? They did something with, it was in a garage, the guy, what's his name?
Brandon Ross?
No.
Northwest Scalers?
No, they did 24 scale stuff.
Yeah, that's Northwest Scalers up in Mount Vernon.
That's not who it was, though.
Oh. He does the U4 stuff and the other crawler stuff up there.
Crawler baller.
Yep. Whereabouts are you in Washington? Are you north, south, central?
25 minutes south of Olympia.
Oh, I see. I didn't see that. All right.
Never want to live in Olympia. Never want to live in Olympia.
That's deep.
Punk band.
That's deep for me.
Sings a song about Olympia.
I'm a good hour, 45 minutes away from Olympia. Easy. But it's not like an easy hour, 45 minutes. It's like grinding my teeth on the steering wheel, hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what I really want to do is after I saw that, that IFS one that they had up here was so sick.
What IFS?
I-beam, the dual I-beam.
Oh, an I-beam truck. Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool build.
Yep. That was like, I want to do that. Take like an SCX 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
So awesome looking.
So Scale Metal Supplies made one, and he made some parts for it to do that. I don't know how far he's going with that, but his looks pretty cool too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, that whole Terror Crew stuff, and
Yep. Well, that was one of my original things about getting a UDR, is I just like the look of that. But I want to race that kind of a car. I think that kind of like doing what we were talking about, that kind of land rush, like stand in the middle, run through every, like that would be so much fun. Hitting the jumps. Like we were talking about actually doing like a whoop section and having them bounce through the whoop. Like how rad would that be to have a camera set up and see these cars just dancing through the whoops as they go through? Like, it'd be so rad.
I wish so at Walter RC Park they have that off-road track. Mm-hmm. And I wish that there was an exit from it that would take it into like a rock garden / like you could do like it and then you go back into the track somewhere else. Like, to make it U4 where you're literally going around, you hit the jumps, you do the track, and then you go through all the crazy like whoops and rocks and little bit more difficult terrain. It'd be so cool.
I gotta send you a profile for U4. That's awesome. It's a
of course Alex is looking at an I-beam kit.
Here, I just shared a profile with you. I don't know. Oops.
I don't know if you've seen this
before. It is awesome.
Ultra 4 USA.
Yeah, like this stuff is so sick, and that's the kind of style that I want to do U4 with. The U4 we do is more like, it's not like real U4 where there's like small technical courses where you have to like actually crawl and you're not going wide open over everything. Like right now, everything is like wide open. You're just flying like just as hard as you can go. And I think that's fun, but it's not as fun as like actually going fast and then having to have some technical stuff and all that kind of thing. Pretty rad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like drooling.
I know, right?
I'm
and
drooling.
It's like, that's the kind of RC stuff I want to get into.
Oh my goodness.
For sure.
I want to do it 1-to-1. Are you kidding me?
I know.
This 618 truck looks awesome.
Is that which one? Is that the one that ran through the big puddle?
Yes.
Yeah. I know, right? That's like
the Jeep.
That's like the one that everyone's getting right now from RC Speedy, where they're buying that metal cage. And J King RC has one that looks really sick right now. I guess I'll give them props for it, but it's hard for me to be like, ooh, cool steel cage, bro. I'll have to send them to the video so you can see that I'm clowning on them.
I love this stuff.
Yep. I know, right?
This shot here, the drone or whatever going through them, or
oh yeah,
I guess not a drone, it's probably a gimbal. That's so cool.
Yep. Kalen saying no one does Baja racing. Let's try it. I'm down. I think it would have to be at like a beach, though. You know what I mean? Like,
it'd be easy to like dig some like pits and come in and out of stuff.
Yeah, and I think what you do is you just get some stakes, put some ribbon around so no one walks into the course, and just like show up early and tie it off and then go. I mean, in the wintertime, like right now, no one's going to be at the beach anyway. So it's like we could show up to any beach and be like, hey, here we go. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
C-Dubs is saying RC Baja racing from the view of a drone flown by a buddy. Yep.
Nitro Flea Circus.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah,
do you have any of those? Do you have any of those little associated 28s, like the CR28 or do you have any of those? Have you tried one? I'm kind of tempted to try
28.
Yeah, so right now they have a deal going. Like if you buy a DR10.
Oh, the little trucks. They got the little.
Yeah, they have like little stadium trucks, and then they have the little drag cars and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a novelty kind of a thing.
A little trail truck one for like $60. You plug it in and charge it to your controller.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting those for the kids and putting them in their stockings, and we could just have little drag races in the hallway.
Yeah, I like the little Fox body one they had.
Yeah.
Like an orange stadium truck.
Yep.
Oh, they have a Lucas one too.
Yep. They have a bunch of them. They have all
anything
kinds.
is fun to race if people have the same thing. That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah. That's why we really like doing the slashes in the backyard, because they're stock 12 turn.
Well, that's what I liked about the retro class too. When we started doing it for monster trucks, is everybody pretty much was just running stock motors and all that.
Yeah.
And then everybody started changing all their pinions and like, you know what I mean? It was like,
yeah.
Like
That
you're not
me.
at the same speed now. It's not like about driving. It's about pinioning up to have more speed than the other guy. And I think that's lame. Like it was really fun when we all were running stock gearing,
stock set. Yep.
and just like hammering down and trying to hit the stuff the straightest and the best. But yeah.
So that reminds me, did you see the MT10 that came out from Associated?
The new colors for it?
I thought it was just new colors.
Is it
it's
changed?
a brushed. It's brushed.
Oh.
And it's cheap. I think it's $250 or $299. I don't remember what they're asking for it, but it comes with a lipo for that price. Like I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute. Like it's on their website, on the Associated website.
That's one other thing I should point out about the Capra over the Deadbolt or other things.
It comes with a battery.
It's small, but it does. You can run it right out of the box.
It's ready to go.
You can literally plug it in and you're ready to go in about 30 minutes. Yeah. And it lasted a while on that little battery.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the side here.
Yeah, I'm interested about that brushed one, because the other thing that made me kind of like side eye it a little bit, I think it looks great, and they'll have the brushless kit conversion for it. So basically, it's basically the older MT10, but with a brushed ESC and motor. But it's a 16 turn motor, and I was like, 16 turns? That seems.
It says
slow.
It's $299 with the RTR lipo combo.
Yeah. Which I don't think is a bad price for that truck. Like, but it brushed, I don't know how fast it would be. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like it would be, you're definitely not backflipping it. You're not gonna, I don't know if you'd be pulling wheelies that much with it. Maybe.
So the brush is $299. What is the brushless? I thought it was like $350 or $400.
Yeah, that's out of stock right now, the brushless one. I thought it was $359 or something like that.
$339 without a battery. So $40 more. I mean,
I don't know.
It's $100 more if you get it with a lipo battery and a brush system.
Yep. But the brushless is like way more of a
wicked.
Ripper. Yeah, way more of a ripper than a 16 turn.
But not everybody needs to start at that. Like, so if your kid's younger, they don't necessarily need that much. That thing was wild.
Yeah. Yep. I was really torn between. I was torn between looking at that one and the MT8, and I actually started leaning more towards the MT10 brushless, just because
I think I would.
Yeah, everyone talking about the MT8, how much it was breaking and bending the rod ends and all that kind of stuff. So, and well, the reason why I was looking at the MT8, if I was looking at it, was because of the what's it called? Because of the ability to change that into a U4 car. Alex is asking if you can still buy the CR12. You can, because that's exactly what I went to go look at as soon as that Capra came out, and it's got a smaller wheelbase than the Capra.
And it's 12 scale.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But, you know, there's not much expandability. I'm sure you could find something that's like a
Toyota one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm sure it's a rebranded RGT or something like that. But I haven't done any looking at it, but it looks like it'd be a fun truck. And it has 1.9s on it, stock, with smaller tires. But, you know, and it's pretty cheap. I don't remember how much. I think it's like under $200 for the CR12.
It's $185.
Yeah. That's pretty cheap for that.
With a lithium-ion battery.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I actually thought about changing that into a monster truck and just playing around with it, but I didn't know what tires would really fit well on it, right? Like 24 scale monster trucks, I don't think the tires would be big enough for it, because it's like an 8-inch wheelbase or something like that. It's like just bigger. And then I was like, well, maybe the 2.2s, like the BKT 2.2s, the stock axial ones, maybe that might look all right on it.
Yeah.
But
upper left, speaking of everyone having the same thing, you think FMS Max Smasher has potential to be a 124 scale Monster Jam racing and freestyling event type truck if enough people get them? Yes. But all it really takes is you and somebody else doing it and getting other people to start doing it with you. Really all it takes. That's how it all starts. Most of the racing stuff that you see that seems like a big deal all started with a couple guys just playing around in a backyard or whatever, racing each other. So I would guess that people already are even racing them. I'm seeing everybody using those now with the new speed motor they have for it, but you can't get them. They sold out. It was so popular that it sold out. So my hope is that they release more of them and they do different bodies. Like keep those ones out, but have a couple other body options that will either just be sold as a body that'll click on with their whole clip system. Or something, because it's super cool. Oh,
it's got
so
a weird
to have
proportion
brands.
to it.
It does have weird proportions.
Like the
tires are narrow. The body seems to
it's stretched behind the cab.
Yeah.
Like it's like behind the cab in front of the rear wheel, it like stretched it out a little too far.
But still looks good. And those JB Steel graphics Bigfoots fit on there awesome.
Oh, nice.
Man, had a yawn come in there.
Uh-oh. It's about that time.
Feeling
I know,
it is that time. It seems later, actually, but
it does. It's all the election stuff got y'all amped up.
Oh yeah. That time of year.
I'm interested to see what's happening here at our race.
I'm intentionally not looking.
Huh?
I'm intentionally not looking because it's so annoying how they project stuff.
Oh,
and then it changes, and then it's like, oh wait, never mind. So yeah,
I'm surprised. The candidate that I thought was going to be much closer is falling way behind. It was a statistic dead heat last week, and now they're down by 14 points.
This may come off. I hate getting political about stuff because I'm so not a political person. But there's certain things that just make me scratch my head just as humans. And like
the Pennsylvania race?
Yeah. But that pushes you right back to the last presidential race too, with like being fit. Like there's definite question marks, but people are like, all right, we don't care anyway. We're just party
as
line,
long as it's
man.
not those guys. Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's like I had this conversation.
And I guess that works because if you have handlers and enough people, you know, you just have to be able to sign off, right?
Yeah, it
but
doesn't.
It just the way it looks to the rest of the world is just interesting to me. Like, we've got to look so ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. It's like incompetent. And what's frustrating is that politics aside, it's just the idea of like, is this the best that or side aside?
Well, the fact is, like, that's the best that party could come up with.
That's what I was trying to say without doing party sides. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, exactly.
Either way, like, I mean, I say that about both sides. Like, that's the best they can come up with. Are these people? Out of all of the competent people in the world, you're pushing this?
Yeah.
And you're fighting for it at the degree that you're fighting to say that they're legit? I mean, like, how are we so fooled by that? Like,
well, and you know how it is.
Larger society and people who think and have educations and go to. It blows my mind to think that, like, yeah, that's who I want right there. That person.
And you know how it is when you get in those situations where you're in a war room with someone, or you're going debating head to head with someone, that someone is sharper, and maybe not always sharper, but that will drive a point. Like the people that they're putting up that are kind of like semi incompetent, what does that do to that person when they get in front of someone, a buzzsaw like that just drives a point and doesn't give them a chance to talk because they're just like, going. And it's like, yikes, right? Like, and sometimes it makes the other person look bad too. But
it makes me think like, you're in, we live life with all these different people, right? So like, you encounter all along the way in school, and there's the whole hierarchy in schools and everywhere you go. But then when you're looking at like the top things for our nation, and you're like, out of however many million people there are, this is our option, our one out of two option. We have two choices, and they're both of these numbnuts.
Yeah.
Like, really? Who? And they raise so much money. Like, who's putting money behind these numbnuts?
Well, that's what happened in
I don't even get it. Like,
our state,
both sides, numbnuts on both sides. Like, this is the best. These are our brightest. Oh my gosh, it kills me every year where I'm like, huh?
Well, what drives me crazy too is that people, they don't look. Everyone yells in the name of equity, but then they don't look at like the bigger picture, right? So like for instance, our state has been so left for so long, and it's like, I don't necessarily think that we should be far right, but I think we should like maybe bring a little bit towards the middle. You know what I mean? Like, let's just get the balance a little bit. And it's like, oh man, it's funny because I had always been, this makes me sound old, but like in the 90s when I was like, old enough to understand and to travel a little bit and that kind of thing, I appreciated my state because of it being like a melting pot and being open and all that kind of stuff. I didn't look at it as being left or right back then, but it was just more open to people. Like I remember going places and being like feeling uncomfortable because I was brown or whatever, and here I was not so much uncomfortable. But now it's just like so far to one side that I'm like, let's just bring it back to where it was, and like, let's
but it's like anything, like, so the things that you didn't like that your parents wouldn't let you do, right?
Kaylin goes, this is gonna get shadow banned.
Yeah. So, but it's even like from parenting perspective, right?
100%.
Everything gets a degree more, like a degree more freer, or a degree more open, or a degree more to the point where you're like, what we're doing now, where it's like we're being so open that we're not open because we're saying that what was the norm is now not allowed. Like, you can't think that way anymore because we've all gone to here. And so it's kind of, it's not open-minded. It's very closed-minded to what was normal. Right.
Yeah.
And so the idea of being open is actually closed and shutting off.
Right.
So there's not really, it's very weird. But I think about it as like the things that I didn't like that my parents did to me, I try not to do for my kids. Right.
Right.
But that gives them freedoms and things that I didn't have and doing and whatever. And then they're going to take it to the next level where like, well, I didn't like that they did this. And so they're going to open up more freedom. Like, it just, anyway, it all goes crazy. And until our kids realize, until you realize like, man, I don't want to be like my parents were. They messed me all up. We're going to we're going to have to write this ship because it's going to hell in a handbasket real quick. But it's I don't know. I despise politics. I despise all politicians. They're the type of people in life that I just don't like in general. They're very salesman-y, and I don't like salesmen. Just the way that they act, nothing, everything feels fake about them to me. So
it
sides,
it feels like
both sides,
they're only telling you what they think you want to hear, kind of a thing. And that drives me crazy too.
So I'm not a fan of politicians in general. So
I don't understand why they, in these races, why they allow them to have such long terms, man. It's like the one that everyone thought was going to be overseated in Washington or was close to, she's been in it for 30 years. And it's like, but she's running smear campaigns against another person. It's like, if you've been in it for 30 years and the best you can do is run a smear campaign,
not
that
staying on
pretty,
what you've, yeah. Here's
yeah,
why. Look at my record. Look at all the
know.
good things I've done for you. You want me here. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah.
That person is a racist.
Right. Yeah. And I'm just
that's as much of a smear as they get. I mean, it's just calling people names. It's anyway.
yeah.
RCs are cool. I like RCs. And there's a lot of people that I lost subscribers, man.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, and I lost more. So the king of RC is not the most liked individual in the RC world. But
Why is that? Why
I
is
don't
that?
know.
Why?
Maybe because he hits home. Too close to home.
Yeah. I was
I don't know. I
surprised that
mean,
you're
like,
losing
my favorite personalities have multiple skits that they do as a joke, right?
yeah.
John Christ does, like, he does those
Yeah.
ladies in Walmart going through doing all the scripture things that,
Yeah.
and then he does the NASCAR guys, and he does like
The Carhartt guys. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, these personalities, and then there's I like Boogie 29118 or whatever 29188. Really big dude on YouTube. He just sits in front of his computer and talks about video games. But he has this alter ego Francis who gets really mad at the video games and starts swearing and like beating, like throwing stuff. So he has this whole Francis persona, and it's the funniest thing. But he sits in the same spot doing the same thing. But when he's Francis, he just has this accent and is very angry at everything. And
yeah,
I love it. He's been he's a big YouTuber embroiled in a lot of controversy and crazy stuff. But
that's funny.
yeah. But I love that kind of stuff. Like that's why I was like,
Yeah.
what? Be yourself. I'm like, I ain't being myself, but like you gotta poke fun at things. Like where's the joy in not and it helps me too because it's like people think that I only say good things about all the companies. That this way I can fairly make fun of all of them in a way that doesn't make fun of them directly as a company, but just kind of pokes fun at the hobby in general. So
right. Well, and it's funny too, because like sometimes I feel like I'm like, who did I offend today when I do my, funny Mexican thing or whatever that I repost or, it's like, and I don't care. Like to me, I'm like, well, if you can't see the humor and the light behind some of this stuff, it's like, that's okay. You know what I mean? When I post, it's not like I'm like calling people names or doing anything like that. It's just like, this is funny. And if you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and if you know, then we could probably be friends. So
yeah,
let's just go for that.
I hope Oregon comes back to the middle too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a point where the wrong people start taking control of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then things just are dangerous. And I feel like that's where some of the cities have gone to.
Yeah.
Law and order is out the window, man. And law and order is just like we're talking about with racing. It's there for a reason.
Yeah.
It makes it better for everybody,
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not trying to offend people with the comedy, but we're just trying to, I don't know. I'm having fun with it. Like the 1/18th scale thing. It was my easiest way to do a knock on them for it not being 1/18th scale was to do it as the king of RC and do
I gotta watch that video because you dropped that today, right?
Yeah, but it's simple. It's just the idea of oh no, wait, I think they mean 1 out of 18. This is a special edition. That's why it costs $250.
Oh man.
It's just kind of poking fun at the like it doesn't look 1/18 scale, so something has to be wrong.
Well, okay, so like backing up like way far back, it'd be interesting to be like sit down with them and be like, where'd you get this number? Like, Just, like what 1/18 of what?
The Gen
Like,
X, the Gen 2 temper was considered that, and it's the exact same size. And their 1/18 scale Mini B and Mini T are about that size. They're that size of a vehicle for the 18 scale of the buggies and stuff that they run.
maybe it's just different because it's a different genre. Because like the scale when it comes to like racing buggies and stuff don't mean anything. It's just a classification.
Right. And so I think it goes based on motor size. So they, just like some of the other things, it's a 10 scale because of the motors and stuff it uses, but it's not truly directly 1/10 replication of the vehicle that is replicating. It's based on the standards of the transmissions, the diffs.
You sound like Kamala. It's like the true 1/10 of what they're replicating
of the
because it's a scale of the replication of this chassis that is
you just want to talk
developed.
politics. I don't get it. I hate politics. But yeah, I mean, so if it uses all the components of a 1/10 scale, I think that's part of where they get it. My word salad. It's like Wheelie King size-ish.
Ish. That's what we should do. We should make some box art that says 1/10 ish. Like these are with the 199 ish wheels and a 4.75 ish tall tire. That would be hilarious. Oh, I see you trolling your stats there in the preview.
I just saw them, yeah.
Are you going to start throwing things?
Nope, because I really don't care. The only thing I hate is when they start using it to force things on us. My biggest things about it what affects us the most, right? The things that everybody's talking about. Crime, gas prices is a big one. Because I think some of that is very much being done intentionally to push the electric car because, it's so expensive to drive a gas car. You could afford the payment of this very expensive electric car because think about how much you're paying monthly in gas on top of your car payment.
So that storm that happened the other day, I drove out to check on some of the stuff in town that we did. And so I'm driving out and I'm sitting there and I feel like the total like grandpa guy. Like I'm sitting in my big truck with the seat warmers on and I'm like just sitting there and running, watching the stuff, watching the wind, and it's all black, right? It's all dark because the power's out and an electric car goes by and I was like, sucks to be you. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to go out and get gas to put in your generator to charge up your electric car tomorrow? Like, I don't know. Like, I have no problem against electric cars. And I think some of them are really cool, but I think that you're right that there's an agenda behind trying to get people to switch over to that. The thing that worries me that I don't think people are talking
because so many of them are invested or their family members are invested in the battery side of electric cars. If you really follow the money, it's sketchy. Like, there's more agenda beyond being green than meets the eye.
100%.
They stand to get very rich because they're choosing the policies that force us to buy into what they're selling, So that's the part I don't like. And that's what, again, also why I hate politicians.
The thing that I thought was scary that I don't think people are seeing beyond the curve is that, they're talking all this stuff about the diesel, running out of diesel and stuff like that in the next month or whatever. What people don't realize is how does 40% of our infrastructure get our commerce get to us is by truck. And if there's not enough fuel for these trucks, then what happens? Right. Like then we start paying
the trucks to bring the gas and the food and the whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not only
then we start
trucking
paying higher
fuel.
Yeah, we pay higher prices at the grocery store, and the grocery store doesn't have enough product. And I mean, it starts getting dark real quick. So it's like, ooh, I hope that doesn't I don't know what they're going to do.
Turn into Venezuela and Cuba very quickly.
Yeah.
When the supply chain gets screwed up.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. And then I can't get my RC parts.
Can't
then
get
I get real
TP for your bunghole.
That's what people don't realize is we're like the doomsday preppers of RC. See, we got to get all the RCs and hoard them so that if anything happens, we can still have fun because we still have all our RC cars and we have enough parts that we can just like build RC cars with, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's actually part of my video about the Capra is about well, this thing. It's not only green here, but this thing runs off a battery. They're forward thinking because they're from California and they're going green and everything's got to be electric. So when you charge this, you should charge it off your computer, your laptop, because it's got a battery. Then you don't have to use coal power in order to charge this. This thing is completely green. Forget that you've got to charge your laptop somehow, but
yeah,
this thing itself can be very sustainable for the environment.
Oh my goodness.
And that's because Axial is thinking about you. They want you to live a better life. And they're making sure that you do it.
Alex says, dang, we're super lucky. We get 2 RC conspiracies this week.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's funny. Super One-Handed says, I want out of California now as an adult. Yep.
You shouldn't want to because it's the most beautiful state. One of the most beautiful states.
When's the last time you've been to California?
Me?
Just kidding.
I've been to several places there. But man, the mountains, the terrain, the rocks, the beach. Like, yeah, you knock out all the stuff that's like the cities, but like the other landscape of it is gorgeous.
Yeah. See, I think Washington has it all, and it's so secret. People don't realize, like, we had a nice summer this year. We're going to have a nice winter this year.
Rainy San Diego.
It is gorgeous out here in Washington.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome here in Michigan. I'm glad I'm back. But winter does get brutal if you... The thing I like about Michigan, though, is they just are outdoors people, man.
Yeah.
They like their cars, their snowmobiles, their boats. Like, they got all the toys, man. 4-wheelers, campers. Like, it's... you pull in and you start seeing immediately all the power sports signs, like the, boat billboards and 4-wheelers and jet skis. So the Owen Rogers, the king has arrived. It did come out there. I don't remember. I think I actually said it funnier there. Maybe I should clip it out of here. The whole going green thing. I think I did a better job. People don't realize like every single thing is ad lib from one thing to the next and that there's not anything pre-thought out. It's just what you see and what comes to mind as being the most ridiculous thing that you can think of at that moment. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool state.
Oh,
and there's lots to do in the winter.
Speaking of conspiracies, can you pull up Element RC's latest post?
Yeah. On Instagram?
Yeah.
Instagram.
They are talking about conspiracies.
Element from the start of Element. All right, we can read this.
Yeah.
Boom.
All we have to read is the bottom 2 notes, which says, during the entire journey, we have kept everything forwards and backwards compatible, making the Enduro extremely versatile. Tomorrow, we take the next step in the evolution of the Enduro. More options, more versatility, more growth for the hobby, and more fun. Conspiracies. Did you see the tire and wheel they put up?
When did they post this?
2 hours ago.
All right, lots of comments here. Man, people are quick.
I know.
People just live on this Instagram thing here. Like, so quick. I mean, Revolution XRC is everywhere. Oh, man. So here's the next thing. Let's start an unfollow campaign. If I see one more freaking rolling bottle of water that explodes onto the ground and turns into a picture of an RC car, unsubbed.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I'm serious here. They have these whole rolling things, that you get from TikTok or some stupid place.
Oh, yeah.
And it just is like some generic hand pushes a bottle and it explodes and the water spills out and it kind of watercolors whatever picture you put there. Deleted. You're gone.
Deleted. That's funny. I'm reading the comments.
I'm pretty sure I can find you one right here.
Sounds like people are pretty excited. One person asked if it's going to fly. Doubtful. Sweet.
Oh, it wasn't Revolution X. Never mind. Somebody
angry on it.
Somebody with a very similar Revolution name.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's this one.
I feel like I'm over the TikTok voiceover. That one drives me crazy. Like, insert whatever it is here. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Just, it's like, ugh. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's gangster. Yep. I'm going to do one tomorrow just for you, Tony.
Yeah, I honestly the thing I hate about TikTok was the dance. I don't get it in the first place. Like there's all the people that do the videos of, I don't know. They're just lip syncing, either to a person saying something and they're just like, why the hell do I want to see that?
10 times over.
And then everybody does it. Like the Joe Biden mumbling over words one. I see people do that all the time.
You're going to have to get your t-shirt and do the and then throw it on. And do
It's the same freaking gimmicks. Even the music, it's the same damn songs all the time. And I'm just like, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I'm not using songs because I'm so tired of it. Like, I don't hear anything. I don't learn anything. It's just like, it could be anything. And it's just the same. All of Instagram is the same freaking thing. There's no originality. It's all the same crap. And the TikTok's the same way.
Yeah, the only way your reel gets played is if it has the music that has the arrow next to it. Like if you use different music than that, it won't get any love. But if you have the one that has an arrow in it, it'll like be normal. And normal now is like not as many views as it used to be. The reels views are like atrocious now.
Well, if that's what it takes to be popular, I want to be a hermit. So there's that. You guys can take your fake popularity with your stupid copycat stuff. And look at all of the different ones that this one has on here hitting the wall.
Did you just look up the hashtag or something?
No, it's one person. You can see it. I'm not sharing it to everybody.
All right, I'll look at it later.
There's also somebody else's video here, a picture of their overstretched flex truck.
Ooh.
But you can see here 1, 2, 3. Those are all. You can see the stairs right there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One person did 5 water splats. No, I mean, I don't get it. Like, what's the point? Like, there's that. Like, that's a vanity to a whole new level to me. where it's like, oh, this popular person is saying this thing. I, as me, just some random Instagram person, should try to mimic it and do like funny faces and whatever as they do it, because I'm actually better than the original person that did it, and you all want to see me do it.
Yep, 100%.
Like that's like a whole different level of vanity. And
I did one yesterday.
They should be a politician. That's what that's the politician type person. Those are the people I don't like.
I did the audio over for the image.
Did you lip
on a
sync
reel.
it though?
No.
So it's different. You're not replacing the original person with your face. You're doing something else with it. But yeah. So I don't want to punch you in the face when I see it. So that's what's different.
I don't know if I should feel good about that or not.
Yeah, you should.
Everyone's saying, I want my MTV. I know. Shaking your hand with a beer in your hand. It's easier than trying to understand these young kids these days.
Am I the only one? Do you want to see people lip syncing to somebody else's song? That's entertainment. Like,
no.
I'm wasting my time on my phone to look at that. Somebody else lip syncing a song that they didn't create or make the music video for. Nah.
It was funny. Did you see the Peter McKinnon video when he was talking about the doom scroll and how what he ended up doing is he took all the apps off his phone. So there was only 2 apps on the phone, and it was like, I don't even think he had mail on it. It was like the phone app and the text message app, and that's it. And everything, and then it was just a black screen. And so it was in a folder on his dock. And I was like, that's genius. I wish I could do that. But it's a little easier to say than do when you already have your millions of followers. And
I don't mind the music ones as much because you're doing your stuff to a cool beat. It definitely helps make it look cooler. It's really the ones where it's the lip sync stuff. I don't get it, man.
Yeah. I don't understand how they have the staying power where you see the same one 50 times over, and it's like, why are these still relevant? Why are they still popping up in the feed?
Like, what's the one? I mean, I actually really like it. The how much was it? Tell me how much was it? They gave it to me. Like,
yeah.
That's cool. Like, even to use that and just show your thing and be like, show your car. How much was it? They gave it to me.
Yeah.
But to like have you in it doing like the lip sync for it, like,
yeah. I'm gonna make a GIF out of that later.
Yeah. It's kind of an expected microphone to do that too. Not a good idea.
I'm gonna make a GIF and implant it on Instagram so now I can pull it up.
Oh, I see. I'm not set up to do that right yet. Hold on.
Yeah.
Amuse them, Pablo.
Amuse them. Oh no. Oh no. That's too funny. So what do you guys think that the element's talking about? Hopefully it's something cool. I'm excited. I'm excited for tomorrow. Oh, look at that. You got something in your hand. There you go. Monetize.
I have my orange crush in here.
Ooh. Yeah. Says with how hard YouTube pushes shorts, now it's monitoring them. I don't think TikTok will stick around much longer. Oh, TikTok is
not. No, they're way bigger.
Yeah.
TikTok's much bigger than YouTube. But I hate that YouTube tried to use that model and that they're pushing it and all the views to it. But the thing I like about YouTube is the long form stuff. I can be sitting and just have it on.
Yeah.
And have something long going on.
Yeah. I need a tissue.
But it's all right. They really only push it to your phone, the shorts. But I do notice that you do get more followers from shorts.
I gotta go blow
they
my
don't
nose.
necessarily turn into views.
I can hear you, but I gotta go blow my nose.
Okay. They don't necessarily turn into views. He muted, then unmuted.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. That's why I was laughing. But yeah, I've seen some people that have grown immensely from shorts, and they'll still post their long form videos, which is where they can actually make some money. And those don't get any extra views based on getting more followers from their shorts. They're not attracting the audience that really benefits them.
Sure.
You look good on paper, but it's kind of like Facebook views or Instagram views on your videos, like how many views you have versus YouTube. It's way easier to get a view on a quick scroll through thing on Instagram or Facebook than on YouTube. So it's a harder game.
Instagram's been talking about doing more monetizing. Did you see that they're doing something that's like a super chat now that's not a super chat, where you can buy gifts for someone? And it's weird. It's like a
for Instagram.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. I haven't seen anyone who has it yet.
Shorts are already monetized for the people talking there. My shorts are monetized.
Oh yeah.
Yep. YouTube.
But the other thing is that the Instagram thing is so inconsistent when it comes to who is allowed to monetize. Or like, I liked it before where it's like you had to hit the barriers, like 10,000. I forgot what it was. There was one before 10,000. I think it was 5,000 got you something. And then 10,000 got you, like, you could add the link. Yeah. Like you could add the link to your page or whatever. It was something silly. And then, but now
story
it's like
links. You can have links to your story.
Yeah. And now they're saying, oh, we're doing all this other stuff. And it's like, well, who's getting it? I haven't seen anyone have it. I mean, aside from the subscription model, which I think is kind of silly. Like, I just don't see how it works in RC world. Like, who's going to subscribe to watch?
They do. I mean, who has them? RC Sailors.
RC
Exo
Girl
Caged.
had it.
Exo Caged has it. Not through Instagram, but through YouTube. They do.
Right. Well, that's different. That's Patreon, though. That's not.
No, YouTube has a subscriber thing. Like right now, if I go to here, let me just go to YouTube. I have mine set up. I didn't ever ask anybody to sign up for it and never finished it. But I can actually put in like cool emojis that people that would be certain tiers would have access to. And so you're not seeing them in here, but everybody else in the chat is seeing my logo, the RC Conspiracies logo, and some race flags. And so based on your tier, you'd have different things available to you. And so I started looking into it and trying to set some of it up. And I was just like, I don't want to ask people to subscribe, like just coming. It's enough to ask people to come and watch what you're doing.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's that bad. Like the one thing I thought about was like a 99-cent thing or whatever. Like if you did it where it was like so nominal that it didn't.
And you'd think, if you had $1 and you had 50,000 subscribers, if even 10% of them or even 1% did it, right?
Right.
That could be $500, right? Or something.
Yeah, it's a kid a month. Yeah.
But it's so impossible. It's so hard to get people to even $1 where you wouldn't even see it leave. But
right.
Well,
and that's what I thought.
It's hard to also then cater to that. It's like if you sign up for this, you'll get special live streams, you'll get all this other stuff. And it's already hard enough to keep up with just doing. Like people keep asking me to do more podcasts. And it's like, it seems like it'd be easy, right?
Right.
I've got like this freaking thing to make it so easy to do. But you still have to dedicate however long that podcast is, at least that long, If it's a 45-minute one, you have to sit here and talk for 45 minutes.
Right.
Then you have to upload it. Then, you know, type a description. You're an hour and a half into it, you know?
Easy. Yep.
So, yeah.
And it's hard to do that by yourself too, because I thought about doing that. And then when I was doing it with Canada, when I was doing it with Jeff, I felt like we had good chemistry on doing the podcast. But at the same time, it's like it's hard to do it. You know, it's hard to like nail down the time, and especially like you just happen to be a night owl, so it's easier and you know to do this. But like for him, it was hard to find a time that we could both do it at. Because he's in Toronto, he's further east than you, but
we're still at the same time zone though.
Still same time zone, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, stuff like that makes it difficult. But yeah, doing it by yourself is even. I don't think I could talk for half an hour by myself, just staring at the wall. Seems tough.
Yeah,
I don't. You're like, I like talking to myself.
No, I mean, it's not easy, but
yeah,
when you have the headset on and you hear yourself come through, it feels completely different than if you were just trying to it sounds like you're on the radio, or it's like a radio thing. So there's this, it's different, but it's still not easy because.
Do you know who George Norrie is?
No.
Coast to Coast FM in the morning.
Oh yeah. Those guys are great.
You're gonna turn into George Norrie with the King of RC on your podcast. You're gonna be like, and now I have in so and so, because you know he does all the voices.
All the voices, yep.
Yeah. You're gonna be like Francisco from Illinois. Hello, how can I help you? Tell me your conspiracy.
That guy's a riot. Yeah, I used to come on in the evenings, like 9 o'clock, 7 to 9, at least out here.
Yeah. You used to do a lot more lives that way. I remember, because I would hop on and watch your wrenching sessions.
Yeah, I didn't do them for the podcast though, which is a whole different thing. So we do the live streams that way, and that's how they originally started.
Yeah.
Then we went into the conspiracy ones.
Yeah.
And then this, and then mainly because the conspiracies are so hard to just. That's hard to do when there's nothing to talk about. Like there's no, you're just making stuff up. Like I'm guessing I haven't heard of anything from Traxxas in a while. They got to be ready to drop something. I'm going to guess it's, what haven't they dropped? No new crawlers recently. Maybe they'll do something with a crawl. Oh, 6x6. Didn't see that coming, but you know.
And you used to do more. I remember, I think that's why I got stuck, or not stuck watching, but I would watch more, was the like, when you talk about the video editing and that kind of stuff. And now I'm like, yeah, whatever, Tony, that's boring. Old news. Get over it.
Right. I look back at some of the stuff, I'm like, what the crap was that? Like I'll do with this one. Like, did we really talk about politics for 20 minutes?
Yeah, we did. Probably longer than that. Did we talk about Whoppers for that long?
About Whoppers? I was just gonna say Whoppers. Burger King. Like, who eats Burger King in this day and age?
It's funny because this live stream like goes so far off tangent. Like, I don't know how we get so far off tangent from talking about RC stuff, but it's like, it literally is probably 20% RC, 80% BS.
It's real life, but you know, that's how life is. You do some cool stuff, but most of it is BS.
100%. I'm on board with that.
But yeah, I mean, I think we need to do Monster Truck TRX for him. You need to call your place tomorrow. I'm getting us back on track.
You're like, I think.
So find out if you can get one. If you can, we'll move some money around and get you some money to buy it. If you can't, I'll have to ship one of the ones that are coming in here to you when it comes in. But that's the longer way.
Yeah.
Easier to just PayPal you money.
Sure.
And just get you one going. That's the easier way.
You know what's going to be funny is that
Merry Hallmark Christmas.
I'm going to pretend like I'm driving. In reality, I'm going to hand it to my kid, and he's going to be doing all the driving. I'm going to cut away to him, and he's going to be like,
and I'll be like, that dadgum kid was cheating.
You're like, I got smoked by an 8-year-old. What? It's all right.
Yeah.
It's like getting owned by Race over there.
Yeah,
smoking
man.
Me on the monster
truck.
He
was kicking our butts.
Yeah. Big time.
I really wish I could have gone to the pumpkin smash.
Yeah. I need to get out to some more events.
Dude, they had the wickedest Halloween party at the dungeon, man. Did you see Ryan's pictures and videos?
I think I did in his stories. Yeah.
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 Man.
I know. My kid doesn't like Halloween anymore. I don't know. I hope he grows out of it. It like freaks him out.
Really?
I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, and he's only 8, but he doesn't like all that stuff. So I'm like,
should stop going as a streaker. It's gonna warp his mind.
We were talking. I forgot what we were talking about doing, but I was like, "Oh, it's perfect." I don't remember now. So funny. I got to get some of these builds done, man. I've got a bunch of builds that I want to do. I still have that bug one that I got to do.
Yeah, that little one.
Yeah. And all I really have to do on that.
Would you say it's an 18th scale or would you say it's a 12th scale?
I'd say it's about a 16th-ish scale.
All right. So is that an axial 16th or a Traxxas 16th?
What's the wheelbase on the Capra?
9 inches.
Oh, okay.
Ish.
Mine's a little bit bigger than that.
Okay, so yeah, so you might be a 16th.
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
Because I think this one's I want to say it's 11. Maybe. Oh, I switched my kid's car over back to the monster truck style.
Oh yeah?
Put his munitions on, put his son of a digger body on, his SMT-10.
Mm-hmm. 9 inches. I was right. 229 millimeter. Nice. Man, I am good. And I was just guessing based on what it looked like. I haven't looked up any of the specs on this truck, which means my unboxing is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
9 inches. It looked about 9. So you got his trail grapplers back, or his not trail grapplers, his munitions back on.
Yeah. So now we can do some more monster
trail
truck
grapplers.
action. Yeah. Now we can do
those munitions were good tires. Stuff.
I love them.
Do they make them still?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're dirt cheap. They're like $28 mounted.
For 4?
No, for 2.
See? That's what I said.
Close.
When will we see a live with the King of RC? I don't know if I can pull it off live.
That would be tough.
I start laughing about stuff like there's a lot of dumb jokes that I cut out that are just dad jokes that I've got a lot of work to do on this Capra one for it to not suck. I'll just say that. So I don't know that there will be a live with him.
To see if they do it online, oops, I don't want that. To see if I can do a pre-order online. Why is this?
Pete loves dumb jokes. Well, this might be up your alley.
Yeah.
Like I said, we talk about green energy and green liveries and how they kind of work together to make this a unique package from Axial.
Let's see here. Click for availability.
Should do a live from your Thursday SCX24 crawl comps. There's a lot of bad words said during those comps, and it would hit a lot of filters.
Oh, so it says it says that it won't be available till next week. Oh wait.
Should be available Friday.
It says expected Friday, but then it says at the bottom it says this available for purchase on Thursday, November 24th.
Right. Online sales can't happen until the November 24th. They only want people to buy it in store.
Gotcha.
So you'd have to call them and get your name put on one. That's what I did. And they called me today, say, we can't get you green. How's red or blue?
I don't know which one I would get, man. I guess it doesn't really matter, right? If I'm going to do my own body.
Right.
I like the white Bronco, though. It's pretty nice. White Bronco is pretty nice.
What's in the Box RC did his first crawl and trail video. Dropped yesterday.
Nice.
Might want to watch it. I do want to watch it.
You know what? I owe him a message because he sent me a message like 2 weeks ago, but it was from a different account. And I remember I glossed over it. And I forgot to reply back to him because I didn't see it as the What's in the Box account. So I apologize about that. But I'll get back to you tonight, hopefully. I have to do some editing. Not editing, but I have to do some uploading tonight. Hopefully I can get it figured out. Even so, I should be able to post or edit it. Oh, no, you said just to upload it and then keep it as private. And then when it's all done, just go to click it to public.
Yep, preload them.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, he said he was messaging me from his wife's account on accident. That's like us. We have one account for Facebook. People think it's weird. I'm like, why? I don't Facebook.
I still like it. I'm old school, though, apparently. I'm the adult that has moved to using Facebook, where all the tweens are at TikToks and Instagram. Even Instagram's old school.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about my wife and I share an account on Facebook.
Right.
We don't have our individual accounts.
Everyone I have two of my own accounts.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I like it.
You're like, I have a burner account. I can lurk people.
I have one that doesn't allow that I don't accept most RC people to.
Yeah.
Personal one.
I'm kind of upset with the way they did it. So I linked my account to Instagram because I used to be able to just post from Instagram and it'd shoot over to Facebook, but it wouldn't hit my page anymore. It was going straight to the family account. And I'm like, I don't want people seeing my RC stuff. They're going to think I'm a nerd. I just want it to go straight to my RC account.
Right.
I have like
that's all I ever use is the RC one.
Yeah. I have like 0 posts on the RC one, but is yours set up as a page or is it set up as an individual account for your RC?
I have one where I am Tony CCXRC as a regular account.
Okay.
To control the other stuff. Because what happens is the groups.
Yeah.
If I post in the groups as my normal one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody wants to
friend
it. And so
I know that's how it is.
I don't want people to know when I'm out of town. There's like a lot of things like,
yeah.
I mean, everybody sees what I have and what I do on YouTube, and I don't want them to know when I may or may not be home and may have everything open for the grab, the taking.
No, it's funny because I was thinking about it. I'm trying to look at what my last post was. I don't think I can't even see when my last Facebook post was. don't even know how to work this Facebook thing.
The only thing I like about it is that stuff seems to last longer. Posts and interactions and groups, and Instagram doesn't have that. And now that Instagram has gone to like almost all video and reels, I'm so less interested in it.
I've been posting the video to the reels and forcing people to turn their phone.
Mm-hmm.
We should
That's smart.
we should start a hashtag and just bludgeon people with a hashtag, like force their hand and just make people rotate the phone the entire time, because it drives me crazy. I hate having the video vertical, and I hate shooting vertical. It's so much harder to shoot vertical than it is like
it
if you're
doesn't make
driving
sense for an
one-handed.
RC. It's all sky and ground in a
Yeah.
tiny little car.
Yep.
There's no like leading for it. Yeah, I agree. Crawling, you can get away with it, but anything
not that
fast,
much though, because you have to, their depth of field is so different when you're crawling. I feel like, anyway, I feel like you still have to be pretty far back to get a decent depth of field and focus on your phone to have it look good. And then you have to track it so tight. And if you don't track it so tight, then you're way far back, and then you're, like you're saying, ground and sky. Just it's not bad for images. Like, you can frame up an image and make it look okay, but for video, it's garbage.
Yep, I agree. But it's these things that dictate everything in our lives, including how we now shoot media, which is crazy to me because everything that we've been doing, the more cinematic stuff always was wider, like thin and narrow and wide. So you'd have these really gorgeous panoramics of stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's where you see detail. You don't see it when you're looking at sky and ground. Like, that's all you're getting extra of. You go up and down. It doesn't make any sense. But
you know what I haven't seen many people post of, and maybe they're just doing it and we don't know about it. I'm very interested in the 8x8 aspect ratio of the new GoPro and how that's working when compressing down to a portrait aspect ratio. You know what I mean?
And just tracking it. Yeah. Probably really
just
well.
Tracking it or just cropping it, however,
because that's how Big America and some of them do it. Is my guess.
I don't.
The most out of your image.
The new GoPro is the only one that has that big 8x8. The square.
Yeah, but they did square before, not 8x8.
I don't remember them doing square before. I thought it was just always 4x3.
Yeah, which is not. It's almost square. It's not.
Yeah,
16x9. Yeah,
it's not square.
It's close to square. It's like
it's square-ish.
1995 Windows.
It's like 18th scale.
It's like the old monitor size. Azul looked very good on it on your Windows 95 backdrop.
Yes. No, thank you.
But,
no.
I mean, it's more square than 16x9. It gives you more in your frame. It's
right
to pick from.
The thing I don't like about it's funny because you would think that they would you would think the software on the phones or in Instagram or in TikTok or whatever would interpolate that so that if you're shooting horizontal and you crop in and to track it, that it wouldn't make it so grainy. It's crazy. Even if you shoot at a high res and it looks good on your editing software,
you have to edit at a lower rate to crop in like that. If you're zooming in, if you're just cropping off edges, then you're fine. But if you zoom, most people are zooming in too to see it bigger. And no matter what you do,
that's what I mean.
Stretching an image, like you're stretching the pixels, is going to be crappy.
Yeah. Like today I posted one and I was like, oh, it looked okay on my LumaFusion. But as soon as it got sucked into Instagram, it got all grainy. And I was like,
I still don't know how Big America makes his look so good.
So crisp.
I'm such a film guy, and whatever he's doing, it's so good.
Yeah.
And being able to track it like that after.
Yeah.
I know he's GoProing it, but it's really good.
I wonder if he's shooting more at an angle than straight up at it. Like instead of shooting at perpendicular, I think he's shooting at more like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's where he's at.
You know what I mean? So that he can.
And he's zooming in when it's away, and he's pulling back with it.
Yeah. That new camera that I'm asking for Christmas, that's the idea that I want to do. Is I want to set it down stationary and push in on my stuff and get it to look a little bit more cinematic. But
so the thing it doesn't do for me is I still like moving the camera, but it's tough when you're trying to film it and then you miss a really awesome move or something.
Or you miss the front end of your car.
Yeah, I've got some really bad footage from today driving the Capra. It's like driving out of frame, but I'm so focused on driving it.
Yeah.
I'm holding my big I got that big old school.
I saw the reaction posted that you're running that Panasonic, and I was like, or what if it's, I think it's Panasonic. Yeah. And I was like,
well, because you're not supposed to walk on his course. So I can't get in there with my phone and a selfie
you need a
stick.
longer lens. Yeah.
I have to be able to zoom in. And so my arm was burning because I'd already done the deadbolt video. 2, he's got arcades in there now, and they were screaming when some kids started playing them. The arcades were so loud.
Yeah.
So I just decided to stop talking. I'm just gonna like roll music over that or just narrate it or something. I don't know.
So what's in the box is asking a question, and I've been torn on this. And this is why I was asking you about a more prosumer camera. I don't know if I would call them prosumer. It's kind of like the in-between SLR point and shoot camera. I forgot what they call them. But he's saying, you know, what camera, the iPhone Pro Max, the 14, or the GoPro. Here's a thing that's driving me crazy. The iPhone has a spectacular it takes really nice images. The problem is for what we do when we're chasing and when we're following, the lens flare drives me absolutely insane. And if you can frame
it does
your
that really
image,
bad sprite that it does.
If you can frame it and keep it stationary and drive through your video, then
GoPro does a weird. I don't know how they do it, but it just kind of closes out. It makes like a circle, and then it doesn't flare the same way.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like it doesn't, and the flare on the iPhone is terrible. Like it is so bad. I was shooting.
Dude, just Michael Bay that thing. Just I like it.
So I that's what I ended up doing. I put a big LUT over it just to like tone it down. But I was shooting through. So I had a truck in the foreground, and I had kind of like a hill behind it, and then trees and sky behind it. And I was shooting that and trying to walk around it, and the flare coming through the trees was absolutely garbage. And so I had this like big orb bouncing around, and I'm just like,
so here's what I say. I would say iPhone Pro battery life is one of the huge reasons why.
Yeah.
Your iPhone will last forever.
Workflow too is a lot easier.
Workflow to getting it to Instagram or whatever, you don't have to import it from your GoPro to your phone or whatever you want to do.
Right.
The one caveat is when you are at a big event and for some reason your GoPro or your iPhone has not uploaded all your media to iCloud.
Yeah.
And you hit capacity. That sucks. Because then you delete files, which you can do.
Right.
And then you go through and say erase all. And for some reason, it just doesn't give you that memory back. It takes 30 minutes.
Like 48 hours. Yeah. Like it takes a long time for it to
even
catch
after
up.
you do a delete, then you're going in and deleting apps and you're like trying to find space. That's the one time where it like kicks you in the nuts. But
you have to get the biggest iPhone that you can, like the biggest capacity,
and still pay for iCloud for it to take your stuff. The bad part about that is, so I plug mine into my computer and I import all my stuff. It does not see those videos that have uploaded to iCloud. They no longer are seen by Final Cut. So you can go and think you've imported everything and you edit your whole piece and realize, wait, I thought I had an awesome shot of something. Yeah, you did. it's on iCloud. It's not importing. So you'd have to download it from the cloud.
And sometimes it takes forever to download, or you get the little button
usually. No, if on your phone, yes, to try and download. I go to iCloud.com and I download.
Yeah.
Anything that's there would not show up. So I just go and make sure that anything is not. If it's on the cloud, I have to download it and add it to my storage.
Well, I hate getting the error where it says cannot download the full resolution video. Try again later or whatever, and it's like that drives me crazy. But
going back and trying to do stuff.
Yeah, I have a huge iCloud. I have like the 2 terabyte iCloud, and then I have my phone's pretty big. I think it's a 500. I don't know what it is. It's either a 2 something or a 500. I don't know. But I would say also the phone over the GoPro depends a lot on your workflow. I love the images that I get from my GoPro, but it's that kind.
What's in the box? LumaFusion.
Oh yeah, LumaFusion.
That's the app you want. Yeah, so go
ahead. If you're running a M1 chip Mac,
you can run that too.
Yeah, you can run LumaFusion on your Mac, which is awesome. I do LumaFusion on my iPad Pro and on my phone.
It's a full pro editing system for your iPad, iPhone.
And the new update, it makes it so much smoother for the external hard drive. Oh, it's awesome. I don't ever do that.
If I'm going to use an external hard drive, I'll use my computer.
Wow. See, I use the external hard drive on this one all the time.
On your iPad?
No, on my MacBook Pro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. If I'm going to, I don't do iPads with external drives.
Yeah.
Some people do.
I do every now and then. But LumaFusion.
LumaFusion. LumaFusion. LumaFusion.
Yep.
Ooh, they're going to get it for Android? That's amazing. It costs money. What's in the box? It's worth every cent of it.
And I think buy it now because I think they're going, if they haven't done it already,
monthly.
I heard they're going to a monthly subscription. But if you've already bought it, it's already grandfathered in. So I'm like, wow. Yeah, the $20, 100% worth it.
Yeah.
I would
so
say
good.
It's like
editing on a
Final
computer.
Cut. Yeah. I would say it rivals Final Cut.
No, it doesn't. But it's very similar to it in a much lesser capacity of pro features.
Why'd you have that poop come out your mouth? Poop words.
Why?
Yeah, I
was doing that with my son the other day, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I can't show you yet, but one day we will laugh together at this. Very hard.
He says the problem with the iPhones, they get hot easy. It's true. That mine gets hot. Mine cooks. It shuts down from getting too hot.
Don't put it in the sun. It's fine. Oh yeah, if you're gonna do a full event like Monster Jam and it's hot there, yeah, maybe. GoPro would not work for an event like Monster Jam.
No.
It doesn't have the zoom where these at least have the 3 different lenses. The iPhone's the way to go.
My sister also has a Moment lens kit for hers, and she does photography. Like she does real photography, but she has
not real photography too.
Huh?
She does real photography, but she does not real photography too.
Yeah, but she does phone photography. But she's got the Moment lenses for her iPhone, and dude, they're pretty sick. Like
the pain in the butt to carry them, though. I get it.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah, it totally is. But she's got some lenses that are like the glass is super nice, dude. She has some pictures of snowflakes with her macro macro lens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it looks like a cartoon snow. I mean, it's really nice glass. It's really, really good. But yeah, I like, so what I like about the GoPro is for those shots that you're anticipating taking a hit with the on the camera.
Yes.
That's what I like the GoPro for.
I'll be back.
The iPhone, I buy the insurance on my iPhones just because of my work environment. I tend to melt things and catch things on fire and drop them from ladders and all that kind of stuff. So I buy the insurance anyway. So for me, Tony and I had this conversation before. It's like there are hammers when it comes to, and Tony's way more than mine. Like mine are just for toys and for play. But when you're actually making money with this, it's definitely the hammer for what you're doing. I love my iPhone. I shoot with it all the time. Once you learn some tips and tricks on it, one thing that I found out too, for photography, for outdoor photography, the lens flare, the orbs that float around, if you shoot with the live mode on, the new iOS will actually, if you go in and you change the keyframe for it, there will be a keyframe that doesn't have the orbs in it. It'll automatically take it away. So that's nice about that. But yeah, I love it. I was talking to Tony about a Panasonic Lumix camera that I'm asking for Christmas, and that has a lot of glass on it, but it's not an interchangeable lens. I've shot SLRs before and I like them, but they're just not very conducive to the play aspect, and they're kind of cumbersome. This one's more of like a point and shoot where I can just take it out of a bag and start shooting with it, and it has good push on the lens and shoots video and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm looking for to kind of up my game a little bit. But when it comes to, I mean, I think the best bang for your buck is definitely one of these, hands down. It's just so much more versatile, and to be able to have it on your workflow. Like the problem is, Tony and I have talked about it, when you shoot on something like this or something that has an external card and you're not used to the workflow of taking it off the card and importing it and all that kind of stuff, if you don't do it within, and if you don't do it within the first, if you don't do it within the first like 24 hours, you'll never get to editing that video. It'll just be like living on a hard drive somewhere that you forgot about, and that's the hard part for me.
Yeah, if I don't edit it usually in the first 24 hours, very good chance it won't get done. This is a big project that I need, and that happened. He came in.
Cat butt.
He came awesome. In. Did not want him in. I had to use the bathroom. We don't have a bathroom in here, so I had to go outside.
So for shooting video, I generally 80% of the time I use the iOS camera, but 20% of the time, if I want to make a more cinematic shot, I'll use Filmic Pro. And Filmic Pro is also in the same boat. I think you might have to pay for a monthly subscription for that now.
Oh, really?
But I use
$10 when I bought it.
Yeah, same for me. I bought it and I have it outright, but I think you have to do the subscription now.
This is not a cute cat. What's in the box? This cat I call Eagle Meat.
Oh, that's Eagle Meat.
Yep, this is Eagle Meat, and the eagle has not yet found him. I summon the eagle every day, and he doesn't come.
Eagles, yeah, I was gonna say.
He does not come for the cat.
I think we should wrap, Tony. It's 11:30 my time.
11:30 your time? That means it's 2:30 my time. Fantastic.
How'd it get so late? I know. I still have to upload that video.
Oh, yeah, you got a busy day tomorrow. Pablo might or might not know something about that release he was pointing out earlier. So
maybe not.
So be on the lookout for his channel tomorrow.
Yep.
All eyes on Pablo.
YouTube and Instagram, mostly YouTube.
I'll have videos too.
Oh, will you?
But not about that. Mine will be about the old deadbolt. The new old deadbolt.
The new old deadbolt.
Yep. There'll be some good crashing of Jeff's rental truck. And lots of smacking on the floor you'll hear.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, man, shoot me a DM, Alex. What am I doing? Thursday morning, I'm traveling a little bit. I've got to drive out to, I might be going out. Well, I'm going to a place that's super nice in the mountains to do some work, but hopefully there's still a little bit of snow on the ground up there where I'm going. And if there is, I'm going to bring the sling out and try to get some snow with the sling, and then also with a couple other vehicles. So, yeah, man, shoot me a DM. I'm around all the time. Probably better at night for me. So, but yeah.
I want to punch this cat. Rubbing up against me and scratching my chair and stuff. I don't like him up here.
Gross.
I like my other cat a lot. I don't like this one bit.
Not one bit.
Nope. This one's annoying. All
right,
guys, we're going to cut it. And so thank you for tuning in. I can't believe there's still people watching at the time that it is. But thank you for being here.
Yes.
And we will catch you next week.
Right after I punch you in the baby maker.
Yeah. And maybe if he can get his hands on one of those Traxxas, we might be able to do something interesting by then. I don't know. We got to get you some monster truck tires, though.
Oh, yeah. There's that, too. Maybe they have the Enduro ones on Amazon.
They probably do. Cheap.
Also, there's a small possibility.
I don't know how quickly.
Huh?
The Mofo ones are really good. I think they're better than the Enduro ones. See what the price difference is. They're just better looking.
I was going to say, and also, are we still possibly on for tomorrow? Maybe.
Yes. I actually mentioned that in the description. I wanted to talk to you about it. But yes, if you are.
I think I am.
Okay. Same bad time? Freaking cat.
I mean, my goodness. I would throw that cat so far right now. Look at him. He's like, please bat. I hope he bats you in the head. That'd be so awesome. He's just like, He's going to hump your head
like crazy.
He's going to hump your head, isn't he?
They don't do that. Cats don't do that. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, yeah, I got to put your butt in the screen again. Yes, that's what you're going to do.
He's like, I'm going to end this. I'm going to end it right now.
There's the butt shot. Turn that around. Rub on my microphone. Okay. It's all about you. Don't you dare. If you
I can hear him. Is that the one that chews on your cords?
No. Hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't step on that.
That's Livestream gold right there is what that is.
Yes. He gone. All right. This cat doesn't ever want affection. He's just annoying. He's wanting it now because he can be annoying with it. All right. Yeah. So next week, after tomorrow, we'll be live tomorrow, so Pablo can show you all of his goodies and talk about all the coolness that is to come tomorrow.
Goodies. The goodies.
There's a goodie, at least one goodie.
Hey, this isn't OnlyFans.
Hey, now.